really powerful. And on the other side, Cloud9 with this double duelist with this Yoru, playing kind of like they did on Bind. Really excited.
All right, let's have it, shall we? Which team will shine here on Sunset? C9 versus FUT starts right now with Achilles and Pepperfin.
And quick bite coming through. Vanity just pushing forward. See that gate crash moving forward as well. Zeta J, maybe taking some damage there from the dog into the corner though. Zeppa dazed up. Oxy able to find one, get straightened out. Krax is able to double up, find himself a second kill, looking for the third, but can't quite steady the aim. He falls as does Mr. Fallen. CNED now arriving to the fight. At a captain, however, swinging the corner. The paranoid Curry will be able to take him down and get a pistol round win here for FUT. Fast action right off the rip.
Nice patience in terms of just waiting for their moments to strike here for FUT, being in the right place at the right time, doing some significant damage at the end there. At a captain landing a great paranoia. CNED waiting expectantly for that repeat. And an easy cleanup there. A lot of utility committed at the beginning. Try to break open some space for C9, but could not really ever get there. FUT just quick to rotate through market from their spawn as well. Really just what a way to start this. And look at the way they're using this breach utility to buy some space, using the Sage Wall to cut off angles. So C9 has to make decisions. Do they break the wall to try to fake some information? But they've only got, right, like Stingers here actually, along with the Sheriff. So a little bit trickier to break those walls down early on. But if they can maybe buy some time, they can maybe get some damage done. This is a pretty hefty investment from C9, of course, a force buy. So
yeah, looking,
already maybe feeling like they need to kind of change what's been going bad for them, right? Vanity talked about it, you talked about it, that they've been having some, slow starts. So what if we can come through earlier with a stronger start, get into that rhythm, get into that momentum a little bit faster. So I don't mind this call at all here from Vanity and C9.
Looks like at the moment it might just be a full push in through B main. No one rotating in towards mid. Bite up over the top. Lineup here from Curry. The drop down just in front of that Nebula. Flash at the ready, break on a one. Oxy pushing forward, finds the first kill. Zeppa as well, going to be able to take down CNED. That's so much firepower out of the hands here of FUT. C9 look to win this one out with the force buy, and so far it is looking great. Oxy with 3. Mr. Fallen just around the corner, starts peeking. He will end up dropping as Mr. Fallen does find 2, but with 3 HP and 3 more players to get through, it's just a nigh impossible task, especially with the flank coming around the backside. Vanity arrives, takes him down, and we will be tied up right off the rip.
Love what you're seeing here. Immediately getting in towards Boba and crunching it. Doing a great job there. Again, with his utility is Oxy. We saw this on Bind. We're seeing he's really well drilled with these flashes, with the follow-ups. Paranoia attempted. Just doesn't hit anybody. Yeah, Mr. Fallen gets a couple, but the force buy pays off here for C9.
And look what's happening on the side of FUT. Also, just not looking to give it a round to rest.
Yeah, they're going right into it.
The reinvestment comes right back through. Could be a very heavy swing. We'll see if C9 anticipates this at all. CNED with the Vandal. As Krax also picking up that heavy rifle.
Well, you've got Ada Captain and Mr. Fallen on A, which is the direction currently C9 is kind of leaning. Gonna set up a one-way smoke over here on the corner. Try to give Mr. Fallen a little bit of a chance there with that Stinger. But the rifles are on the other side of the map here, so some opportunity potentially if they keep pushing this direction. But right now, not much information being given over here by either squad. They're both pretty firmly planted on their halves of the map.
That mild spray out from Mr. Fallen does let Cloud9 know that at least a Stinger was bought. So they know that they are not necessarily just going up against classics here. So I have to expect that pretty much everybody on FUT is going to have some level of investment into the round. Or just going to be broken. Spam across, paint shells coming through. Oxy was out of position here for a brief little moment. Ring around the Rosie here on the B site. Jake finding 1, but CNED takes out 2. Zeppa and Jake now both going to fall. He hasn't seen him, but now he notices that the other J ends up getting taken down with CNED on for a 3K. Picks that one up. Oxy gone. It's just Vanity and Curry left standing.
Oh.
Satchel's forward, trying to close the gap here. CNED with 15 HP. Wants to be the tip of the spear. Flash goes in. Mr. Fallen melted down. Stinger finding the kill. Swap over to the Sheriff. Curry finds himself a second. Now Ada Captain, the last one standing. He's so low, but Curry gets the headshot. And C9 will take the round.
Curry had to hit a headshot. That was the only way he wins that. Unbelievable there. It looked like FUT might be able to take it over on the back of CNED's incredible shooting. But somehow, some way, even with Oxy kind of getting flanked on the side there, all he needs is just one. He just is a bit to the right. Can't quite track. And Curry there has had a phenomenal performance so far this event. Really, as a stand-in, has done such a stellar job.
Absolutely. Look at what's available, though. The mask comes out of Captain. The one tap, Zeta quick to reply, gets another wall bang. It's Mr. Fallen now taken out. Push up out of the smoke. CNED still going to be good for one. Now Zeta picks up 3. Rotations coming through. Mid-top all the way through the attacker spawn as well here for Yedajay. The Sheriff's in hand. Damage definitely possible. This Crack's not buying it. Fake out. The headshot. Yedajay. Crispy. Rocket goes in though. Zeppa will pick up 4 on the round as Cracks gets blown to smithereens, and C9, well, they lose several members. A little bit of economic damage dealt, but Widely will be fine going into this 5th round.
This has been a really scrappy affair here between these teams. They're just going at each other. They're full steam and quick rotations. What's that?
I said we approve.
We do approve. This is a lot of fun. I approve of a lot of things I'm seeing. I mean, there's such drastic compositional differences, but there hasn't been a lot of time to breathe, to really think about it. You know, with the breach and that kind of thing, and the Sage in particular, using it to try to slow up C9, but it doesn't really seem to bother them.
Captain not seen as he gets across here. Going to be lingering. Vanity taking a couple of pot shots. Smoke just going to be thrown up. Shots narrowly missing their targets here. CNED will pull back into B site proper. Time, mild amount of space being taken as Oxy as well looking to poke and prod over towards A. Sending dupe out over towards A elbow.
Yeah, Jake's trying to get some information from mid and seeing if there's anything going on there, but nobody from FUT was home. They're watching a potential lurk through mid, either in towards mid-top or mid-B market, but in the courtyard itself, finally now Jake is going to go exploring. But again, concerned about maybe somebody going to try to re-peek him there. Tricky spot to be in all by himself, but he's getting decent information that, okay, well, guys are on the extremities. See if you can find which site you think is going to be a little bit easier to take one way or another, but that Trailblazer doesn't really see anything.
It doesn't, but Widely, this is C9 making the correct choice. You can see the rotation just now arriving from Mr. Fallen. See how involved he can get. The Seeker's going to be sent. Now they're going to rotate it all the way back. Just cutting their way across. It's going to be a spillover through tiles, into mid, into B market. The Flash is looking for something, doesn't find anything. Expecting more behind the Viper, doesn't see anything, sends out the rocket, no damage going to be found, and now CNED, aim is offset, but they have to get the plan. It's just in time, they can't interrupt it, it would seem. He's just out of line of sight. The spike is down, but Yedajay gets the collide. Zep and Jake, both going to be taken down. Vanity and Oxy now the last one standing. Oxy comes away barely with the headshot. Bring it now into a 2v2, but he is flanked and he is dead. Cracks finds it, now it's all in the IGL. Spotting Mr. Paul for a brief little moment. The fault line gets it stunned, and Vanity cannot line up the headshot. Taken down, but FUT stand tall and pick up their 2nd round win.
I really liked what C9 is trying to do here, trying to use the Seekers to sell a fake over to the other side, but just enough defense here from the side of FUT. CNED gets a really early kill, and then Yedajay with that beautiful collat. Cracks coming all the way around the extremities of the map there to find his kill, and unbelievable. Things just really popping off, and Oxy trying to find opportunities to use some of this Yoru utility, and he's gotten some decent flashes in there to set up his teammates. This time around, just gets bamboozled from the side. We've seen that a couple times where people have been able to get on his flanks, but right now, good stuff for both teams. This is one way. Now they're going to try to push it. They've been pretty cautious about this, have FUT. Now they're going to try to show a little bit of a different look. Guaranteed themselves the orb, yeah.
Get up over the top here. CNED trying to hold down market. We're about to try to clear it, but CNED will be able to avoid getting spotted. Smoke down coming through, and Cracks noted up on top of the wall, ends up getting taken down. Oxy, ever accurate, comes away with yet another kill. Just 3 more off that next dimensional drift. Got a J in the meantime, trying to hold down the B site. Just drops the pit over in main.
Yeah, no TPs set up just yet for Oxy, but now the pings are coming through here from FUT, kind of recognizing that this might be setting up for an A hit. They've got a couple players back there, but playing pretty deep. Playing off contact, now the information, now the roam starting to come through for J. Too much attention over on this side of the map.
Okay, Dog will be able to see 2. Paint shells going forward, bolt line not going to connect. They're already well past that one. Flash out of the smoke, nothing going to be spotted. Paranoia goes across, but out of Captain dead before it hits Oxy. Mr. Fallen, however, managing to find 2. Rolling Thunder now going to be coming across the spike, already planted. Jake, however, able to find 1.
You want to find it.
J taken down, now the Cosmic Divide coming into play. Paint shells to try to clear them. Zeppa
right there,
trying to sneak his way up forward. Get close to CNED. He's swinging around the back, spots him, takes him out midair. Now it's all on Mr. Fallen, surrounded the wall, not doing him any favors. Still swings the corner, catches 1. But Jake down low. He has to try to take these fights. The wall going to be expiring here in a moment. If you can isolate, there's 1. Turns from the flash. He's trying to push it. He's in the corner. The classic's out. Fallen gets the ace, but he cannot get the defuse. 1 HP remaining, but Cloud9 take the round.
Oh, Mr. Fallen played that round so well. He gets the first kill and then immediately hears Oxy's TP and looks straight at him and gets the second. I mean, just absolutely nuts. And they're trying to flank J right away. Once they sense that this is going to be an A hit, he's on his horse. He's over there, but he gets cut off by Jake, I believe. And so good awareness here from C9 gives them the round. They cause enough confusion. They weather the Rolling Thunder as well, as Mr. Fallen's already got 3 more charges into that.
Now it looks like FUT want to try to up the tempo. Or on a weaker buy, out of Captain just with that classic, a sheriff in the hand of Mr. Fallen. The other 3 with rifles. J.
Dodged it.
Flash and finds Zeppa around backside. Identifying him, but the swing on the corner. A second kill for J. So much work done, keeps them in with the man advantage. Pit, however, now going to be invested. They know that it's spilling out from the main side.
Got the res here.
Where can the Viper reposition to? Curry for now, still staying at main. The res is available. Mubot goes forward, but it's just going to be the fake out. Somehow need to try to break through this. The rest of the ults pretty much used. Just the Omen TP available. Looking for the transfer. Oxy unable to find him, but now out of Captain. Also going to be taken down as Curry finds the elimination. Backs away. He's so very low, but he finds them both. To hold onto the defuse. The Fallen trying to do his damnedest, but it's not going to be enough. Already chipped away at, taken too low. C9 with a spray down. Find their man. They find the round win, 5-2.
Really nice attempt here from FUT, but C9 just too tenacious. Curry again, absolutely devastating. Finds the right moment to back out of his pit, gets in an angle that they just aren't quite ready enough for, and he's just better. He's just better in that moment. That's all there is. J doing the best he can, getting 2 kills, getting the res in, but they still can't quite find it. Can FUT try to just stick to defuse, but not fooling anybody, and Oxy's pumped, man. I don't blame him. He's having a hell of a tournament.
Yeah. 9-7-1 right now with that Yoru. It's just been some fantastic entry from him. Now FUT Esports going to be calling the first timeout of the map of this series. I'm wondering, how is this happening?
We've been really good on this map. Well, the one time we played it.
Very narrow losses. Mr. Fallen being able to pick up an ace but not get the round win. It's definitely a very bittersweet moment. So for now, guys wants to pump the brakes, get in their ears, trying to make some adjustments here to get them right back into the game. I mean, DRX absolutely proved it across both of their maps in the previous series.
Yep.
This is not an unrecoverable position whatsoever, especially given how FUT have been playing.
Well, and FUT, yeah, exactly. Not just like in this tournament, but in this game even, I think FUT's been pretty close to, winning a couple of these rounds. Obviously, the ace comes to mind first, but it's never like they've just been getting blown out of rounds for the most part. They've been in it. It's just been a few little things for C9. Like they find a little bit better for a flank. They they cover their bases just a little bit more, and they're able to win those duels on the extremities, the 1v1s against Yedajay maybe. You know, for Jake, for example, a couple rounds ago. Those kind of things are the slight edge that C9 is doing. So now you got to show some different looks. Now you got to maybe see if you can cut them off. Contesting for space, once again, is Yedajay. Toxic screen down, but there's another smoke there. And again, this wall, this time being used towards the A side. Usually they've been putting it towards courtyard. And it's going to be pinged by Oxy. I'm wondering if he thinks maybe they're going to try to stack up on it again, maybe try a double stack this time. Instead, he's just going to break it down, open up enough space for them to get through, but mid-control taken, and Zeta gets the opener.
Yeah, fine CNED. Peek around there at the back of market. Cracks, so sees Jake, but Jake notices, pulls the trigger just a bit faster. 2 members gone with the money where it's at. Brutal position to be in here for the side of FUT. Toxic screen falling, Yedajay. We'll snap on the Curry just a little bit quicker. Picks up at least one. A workable position though. They can just find a couple more kills. Nade at the ready. Down past the smoke. It goes past that of Captain so he can maintain his position. Zeppo wants to swing in and he's punished for that. Interrupt on the plant. Spike not down just quite yet. Oxy, however, comes in with a huge flank. Vanity dropping down onto the low ground. Dies, but Oxy is quick on the reply. All on Mr. Fallen. It's been quite clutch here for them, but they will just counter spray back into the smoke. Oxy getting himself a third. Once again, 2 away from a dimensional drift. And that is 6-2, Cloud9 denying the round win off the back of the tag timeout.
And the big change here for Cloud9 is that they were focusing the extremities. That's where FUT put a lot of their attention, is on the long side of A and B. Instead, they go mid this time. They kind of deathball it, not deathball it, but they pack up and go through there. But Oxy's left on the flanks. He's the one kind of keeping track of that Sage wall, then shifting over back towards the A side once they're breaking all the way through, winning those 1v1s over towards mid-top. And then he does a great job there, using the fake out first. He's been often kind of using the fake out to just either distract or then follow up with a flash. Instead, he peeks off of it right away. See Mr. Fallen watching it. Yeah. Are you a real one? I've still yet to see somebody try to pretend they're a fake out. I still have yet to see it. I'm hoping for that to happen someday.
Mr. Fallen, wise to it. Oxy just waiting to see if there's going to be any kind of forward peek. Knows that they're going to be on a lighter buy, so sometimes you will get that added aggression coming through. Trying to catch your opponents off guard, but so far, it's just been Jake with a nice little linger over towards Tiles, catching CNED.
Need that back.
Zeppo one away from a showstopper.
Smiths cracks, nearly being spotted, but there you go. As the Trailblazer goes in the chase, he wants to clear it, but Oxy takes it down, push into the corner. One shot onto Vanity, but can set Bulldog up close, just nothing more that he could do.
Vanity's gonna get Seekers off this plant. Oxy one away now from his dimensional drift. And they're gonna try one player from each side, and nope, Curry's not having any of it. Yedajay not able to find any success on these lurks. Making a lot of noise, making it pretty easy. But just sheriffs in hand, it is a equal round. Okay.
The captain will be able to find one. Reads that flank is coming through off the left side, but Oxy with the Vandal able to get the headshot, able to get the win. 7 rounds now racked up here for Cloud9. Granted, yes, this is their side selection. It's FUT selected the map, but they're really starting to run away with it. And if FUT aren't able to find a couple more rounds at least, this could be very scary for them when we swap sides.
Yeah, and what's also scary is now you've got the ult cycle fully in C9's favor. I mean, FUT's not too far behind. You know,
about
one
a
away.
Round and a half.
Exactly. And so not only, you know, is the ult cycle very much in C9's favor, but if they shut them out of this round again, the money's bad still.
Back soon.
So this is a very, very important round for FUT.
Okay, the mask goes on. Oxy checking the backside, wants to just run forward. Rocket goes out, Yedajay goes down. Oxy running out of time, goes into the smoke, decides to pull it, has the shorty. CNED able to find 2, however, one with the paint shells, one with the Vandal. The Yoru dealt with. Another paint shell built up, lobs it in, forces Zeppo away. Now they push forward across through market. This wall denying all of this audio, door gonna be shut. They'll start rotating through. Mr. Fallen not able to spot anything here, as they will just cut across into A and get this plant for free.
Yeah, not much that FUT can do now except wait this out. And an early...
Look at this position from Curry.
Exactly what I was just thinking, Achilleos. This deep position from Curry is super scary for FUT because they're not all going to want to come from the same direction, and I think maybe CNED might be the victim.
He can count the footsteps.
Ooh, no, he's not.
There's two, and it looks like CNED is going to pull away, so a decent awareness. But now Curry just turns his sights to this side to see if he can get a catch. It seems like they want to stay together. The Wolfpack hunting as one. Swing out, Curry going to be shut down. CNED able to find his third kill here. As the showstopper gets drawn out, he's looking for a target. Jake just around the corner. Flash comes in, the swing out from Zeta, finds two! Rocket takes him down, but Jake strikes simultaneously. 8 rounds now for C9, who seem like they can do no wrong.
What a brilliant setup there. Had the gravity well ready and prepared for that crossfire. So even though that ultimate comes out and it does find a target, there's just too much to deal with at the end for FUT. Great awareness here by CNED to recognize the trailing position of Curry. I thought Curry was going to get at least one, but he kind of stepped out pretty far and just went for the big hero play. Didn't matter, though, in the long run for C9. They are more than able to handle that. And again, the ult cycle so in their favor. Here come those Seekers. Krax has to get the heck out.
He wants to get on top of the wall, but he missed the opportunity. Just a little bit too panicked, a little bit too quick. Can't get that over-the-top angle that it seemed like he wanted. Seekers for wall exchanged. Slow orb spent. Still has the heal. Looks like he wants to save it in case somebody gets tagged up just a bit worse. Joins. It's a ball on the opposite side. Flash goes in. Now the chase begins. Zeta able to find one. Oxy swinging back through. Trades it up.
Gravity well, right on point as well. The flash to set it up. The players to chase, and then Jake right there on point with his utility to make sure that nothing went wrong. Fake out sent over into the deep part of elbow. And now you've got such a huge lurk from Curry. He is just being an absolute menace on this map. And look at CNED. CNED is just fully walking backwards this whole map. He is so scared of these lurks. I love it.
30 seconds left.
Absolutely put fear into him. Curry might have actually heard a couple of those footsteps. Might have just been on the edge of the range. Either way, it looks like he's going to find his mark, as CNED is not looking backwards this time. He had his eyes set over on the site. Curry finds the elimination out of Captain. Sat here, Guardian in hand, is going to be good for a one-tap onto Oxy, but now the plant will come through. Once more, Jake trying to wrap around from this attacker's side. Jake going to make first contact with him, gets the headshot, finishes him with a body shot.
Doable.
Doable, but still needs 2 more.
Viper's Pit.
He has the pit, but there's bites available from Curry to try to keep him off that plant. Looks like Jay wants to go on a bit of a walkabout. The first bite does come through, but now he has his sights turned, perfectly aware of the rotations that could be possible. Curry gets Cloud9 up to 9.
Just what beautiful awareness from Curry, man. As soon as he lets go of that bite, he is looking right towards the angle that isn't being covered, just in case. And wisely so. I mean, this is phenomenal top to bottom Achilleos for C9. Everybody's playing so smart, so well. There's nobody on this team that I don't think is doing a lot of really good things at the right times.
And it seems like the slow start for C9 was just in the first series, and now everybody is fired up. And the onus is very much on FUT to try to get themselves into the driver's seat. Cloud9 don't want to surrender the car.
Observers, please.
Hit's going to be dropped in mid. Operating around that tile side flank. Could have a pinch position here onto Jay, but I don't think anybody exactly wants to walk into this thing. Just hovering on the outskirts.
Trying to take deep mid control, try to cut off C9. They've been so good about skirting through this part of the map or others to get into the backside of FUT.
Almost down, Vanity inching forward here within this Omen smoke. And the Captain just watching, but looks like he's going to start drifting over towards Market and leave Krax in charge of watching B main.
Still got the Rolling Thunder for the retake, if necessary. Vanity now.
Flash in front of the wall, knows that no one's going to be holding close. Allows him to take a little bit more space now into the site, but at the same time, Jay, He's lurked out. He manages to find Zeppa. And that is going to be the pit getting dropped. Sapon off screen finds Curry. Jake, however, trades it back.
30 seconds left.
It's gone.
It is gone in the last round of the half. No more ults to work with other than out of Captain's TP. Could come into play. Jake finds another one. This time Jake getting taken down. Vanity at the same time off screen. Opens up B. And we have a 2v3.
Planted.
Paranoia slightly missing. Both flashes available. CNED jumping up over the top. Vanity is not watching market for him, so Oxy has to try to cover both of these angles. Push into the corner. CNED staying protected. Oxy worrying about the back angle, but now Vanity arriving is able to find one. 12 seconds before he can get a flash, and he's not ready for somebody to be pushed around the pillar. 9-3 at the end of the half. Cloud9 way out in front.
Yeah, just it felt like just a all Cloud9 all the time. I mean, you know, FUT off of the back of that force buy, it seems like that set the tone for this, and that's a really smart thing here. I really like the way that Vanity approached this game plan here for this first half of the map, knowing what in his mind has been a weakness for this team is their slow starts, and immediately tries to address it. And from then on, they set the tempo. They're able to keep control of the economy the entire way. Of course, winning that many rounds, that's just a given, but it's also the alt cycles that they're able to find them at the right times when FUT is on buy rounds to shut them out, to keep their economy in the bin. Just fantastic stuff, top to bottom here. And Oxy, once again, on this Yoru, really clever, really creative, using those fake outs really nicely. A couple good TPs to at least make things more challenging for FUT, but the lurks from Curry, those were really impactful. You know, whether it just caused a momentary hesitation from the side of FUT, or in a lot of cases garnered some kills, absolutely just devastating work from him on this map.
It's been devastating work from him throughout this tournament,
yes.
Honestly. Curry has been such a bright spot for the squad. But yeah, I mean, Oxy, clean as ever. Seems like it doesn't matter what you put him on. This guy is going to deliver results for you.
Did you do that on purpose?
No. I don't even know what I did.
You said Oxy, clean as ever.
Oh, I see. No.
Achilleos here.
Completely and utterly unintentional. If we gave you a little bit of hair, you could pull off a Billy Mason.
Oh yeah, I've actually wanted to like do it for like a Halloween costume.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if people would be.
I don't know if that would resonate where we live, but
Yeah, right, exactly.
either way,
I don't think anybody in Korea would get that.
we'll get ready to go into this next half. We have plenty of cosplayers joining us here in the audience, and some of them, for the first time, actually finding some in-game representation as this Sage is being played by Cracks. We'll see how it fares, though, moving over onto this attacking side.
Yeah, really curious now how FUT is going to be able to kind of recover from a really rough start with how good they've looked throughout this tournament. Are they going to drop their first map here in this offseason? Flash from Vanity to confirm a little bit of info there towards the A side, but only Jake slightly moving over into that direction now. Zeppa starting to drift there as well. As soon as I think Vanity gets, it didn't get confirmation. He's only going to see one, but it's a save.
Up, ball line through. Vanity managing to find one, but Jake with the covering fire picks up two.
Obscuring vision.
And already it's catastrophic here for the side of FUT, who desperately need this pistol round, but now the spike stranded amongst a graveyard of pistols. Spawn creeping forward. A push up maybe through Link, but angle's being covered by Zeppa.
Right there.
They know that they really need to get across to recover this spike. 45 seconds to play through. Star set up. Yet a Jake swinging out wide. Covering for now as they both make it across to safety.
This is going to be rather tricky, and C9 is, I think, waiting for
30 seconds
some
left.
kind of info. And there's the smoke from Jake.
It's quick
Immediately
dissipate.
Yeah.
Push up. Yet a Jake finding one. Oxy showing respect, backs away. Doesn't just ego peek into it. Wisely so, because Yet a Jake has been an absolute monster, but still, they are outnumbered. What a pistol pickup this would be here for FUT. Both of them contained within the site. Flash goes out, not going to be seeing too much. Angels as well, not getting a connection. Bounce it into the corner. It's Mr. Fallen eating some damage here from the snake bite. Now swings out, but he's taking too much. Zeta falling, yet a J. Finds one, but 4 HP is far too little. He will fall. C9 will get themselves up to double digits.
Nice little micro maneuver at the end. Curry going low. Oxy staying high. Nice little piece of teamwork there from C9 to secure that round. It was very challenging once you got into that two-man situation. Nice reaction here from Jake. I mean, Vanity there doesn't have a ton of info. His hawk doesn't connect. Now, he might have realized that he shorted it and didn't get what he wanted off of the spacing, you know, to confirm the presence of anybody, but he sees one Sage, and the Sage is enough for you to realize that unlikely for the Sage to be the lone player. Usually the Sage is going to be escorting a couple players. So Jake immediately there to provide some fire support for his IGL. And that's where the real damage was done. So good work off of the utility, and well,
okay,
that's bad news for CNED.
Bad news for FUT. Paint shells over the back. It's going to do so much damage. Would have had the kill, but Vanity just gets that wall bang instead. Get a J now, trying to creep forward, trying to catch somebody off guard, and he will be able to catch Vanity. Mr. Fallen gets himself into the back of sight, but Zeta will burn them both down with a Bulldog. Get a hell of a nasty bite. Swing onto the corner. Oxy dies, but Zeta picks up 3. The C9 are now just 2 rounds away from taking Sunset.
Yeah, I didn't even get to think about it until it happened in the middle of the round where I was like, oh, FUT could have force bought here, but they didn't. Seeing if they could return the favor to C9. Instead, they're just going to save for this round, and they're going to go big all in. They want to try to see if they can turn this around. A Bucky, and for Vanity, the judge going to be in Curry's hands. A couple Guardians for Oxy and Jake, and Zeppa sitting on that Vandal. So pretty decent investment here still for C9. I mean, they could definitely steal this round away. There's a lot of great angles for these shotguns. A lot of tight angles that are tough to clear. A lot of almost 50-50s.
Yet J makes it to the far side of main. Not getting tagged up by that Guardian. Vanity just holding quite far back, which is a little bit surprising given that it does have a Bucky. You would expect him to be playing a more forward angle. But now FUT still assessing, really feeling out these sites. Oh, yet a J getting tagged. There is that decay in as well. Still some unwelcome damage taken.
Obscuring vision.
About to check out a market. Zeppa swings into the site, managing to find one. The paint shells drop. CNET gets out in front of them, but Zeppa still managing to find the elimination, just snapping on. Now jumps up on top of the boxes here. The flower pots try to become a bit more unexpected with his positioning. And at this point, I mean, only 30 seconds remaining. They're fairly committed to having to play into this side of the map.
Oh
Zeppa on for an ace. Do we get a second one? Out of Captain trying to TP backward, and we will have it. This time it leads to a round victory, as well as a map point. C9 move up to 12.
What an insane round to have an ace in the bonus round. The only player with a full-on rifle, Guardians and other stuff, and Zeppa just absolutely shuts the B gate down. Unbelievable. Tons of C9 fans here. Absolutely loving what they're seeing. And this is just so impressive. I mean, it's just like that. It's just like B on split, right? You've got those boxes just to your left if you're the attackers team coming through. And if you forget about it one time, that's going to be the time that somebody's sitting there. They're going to punish you.
I like the restraint. As a lesser raised player, talking about myself, would have pulled the showstopper to try and guarantee the ace there in that moment. Get too greedy. Zep says, I don't need it. I'll save it for the last round. It feels like this very well is it. Fly still scraped together. Guardian there in the hand of CNET. 2 Bulldogs. FUT, they need to find some early advantage here.
Toxins going up.
Now, heavy presence, 4 members hovering around mid. They're in to push their way up through market. Take bite in, but now they meet the judge. But Attic Captain finds a headshot. Smattering of damage going to be taken, but not too much. That's a showstopper up over the top. Somehow doesn't find more, but Zeppa sprays to get himself a second one. Cracks in yet again, answering back. Duke managed to take down Jake. Cracks low on HP. The healing already burnt, but Oxy not prepared. He does fall, and FUT hold on.
Oh, I love the idea here. C9 almost puts an end to this map. Zeppa again, absolutely feeling it on this raise. The up and over with the showstopper.
It felt like he was going to get so much more.
I thought he was going to get like 3 on that rocket. I think it clips the top of that wall though. And maybe gets stopped just a bit short of maybe splashing some further damage down into the ranks of FUT, and they're able to recover. And Oxy caught with a knife out at the end, but still, I mean, you can see the confidence from C9 and the way that they're playing. And I think a part, you know, FUT choosing this map, I think part of it was they thought they could handle the Harbor Viper, which is what C9 ran previously on this map. But with Curry here, and you need to kind of try some different things, and Oxy's Yoru is certainly absolutely a force to be reckoned with. But ooh, Curry
was looking to peek it.
Yeah.
Oxy, okay, didn't quite have the angle, but CNET stuck around. Oxy playing it out patiently, eats a little bit of damage, and then nails the op shot. Krax has res, and he desperately needs to try to bring CNET back into this fight. And they safely get themselves into that position, walking their way forward to try to make it happen. Oxy, does he have the lineup? Grab well in, paint shells down. He'll take a hell of a lot of damage, but he will survive. And the heal is there instantly from Krax on the back end, so right back up to 100.
Ada Captain pretty low himself.
Zeppa, does he push this orb? Got Jay looking back away from this one as everybody starts creeping over towards the A side. The ping's coming down. Paranoia has hit, as does the slow. Vanity is just going to try to go for the blind spray here. Here's the footsteps, but so far he's trying to play this one out patiently. Maybe he can slip in behind the enemy lines. Much like Yeta J is trying. Jake tries to hold the line, finds the first kill. Into the meat grinder here, it would seem, as there's no time remaining. Mr. Ballin taken down. Oxy finds Krax. 5 seconds remaining. Needs to get the plant, but he just cannot make it happen. Oxy heads for the hills. And that will bring a close to Sunset. C9, 13-4. A dominant display on FUT's map pick.
Yeah, again, the first half was absolutely beautiful. And then here in this last round, Jake doing a wonderful job working that box, never over-peaking, overextending, setting up Zeppa for the follow-up when he recognizes that there's a ton of FUT players there. C9 starting to really come together with their teamwork.
Cloud9 fans out in force here in Tokyo, Japan at the Ryogoku Koguki-kan Arena. C9 and Sunset turns out to be quite the beautiful combination. But let's show Seth on their own map pick.
I absolutely were. And nobody on FUT able to go positive in KD in this map. Only Vanity on Cloud9 going negative. This was a dominant showing from everybody, and Zeppa's numbers are through that goddamn roof. We will have those stats up on your screen in a moment. I won't spoil it quite just yet. But good Lord, what a performance from him. We got the ace into the round win to try to close things out. This was, I think, a jaw-dropping performance here for Cloud9, and I think that FUT are set reeling.
Yeah, for FUT, this is a Sunset Boulevard of broken dreams, right? Like, this is everything you didn't want to see happen on this map. It really went sideways very quickly.
He hates it.
I know. This is why I keep doing it. The more he hates it, the better I feel about it. Anyway.
Like the one Green Day song.
Yeah. I know. Green Day's, it's a great song. So anyway, like, look, it just never really felt like they could get their footing, and I want to give Vanity a lot of credit. Like that round, especially at the end where he sat in that smoke, I think a lot of players, after getting paranoid, after getting stuck in the slow, and after getting the smoke on top of you, you back off, right? And instead, he sits there, gets the info, and is able to kind of position his forces well so that there's all these different layers to their defense at the end.
All right, well, we'll talk more about that first map there on Sunset and highlight some of our big players that really showed up. It wasn't just Zeppa, it was Curry, it was Oxy and more. And we're going to talk about the fact that you can never write FUT off. They will be back next. You are watching Red Bull Homeground 2023 here in Tokyo, Japan, as our teams step out onto this grand stage with the hope of making it to the grand final tomorrow to raise that amazing trophy. We're into our semi-final now, the first semi-final of the occasion. I just want to bring in our amazing casters slash analysts, they do a bit of everything here. Achilles and Paper Thin in the building, doing a phenomenal job as always. C9 get off to a blazing start on Sunset, casting a shadow of doubt of their opponent's FUT's chances of a grand final. It's not looking good for them right now, is it?
No, and I'm shocked. I thought for sure FUT was gonna, at the very least, make every map super competitive with the form they've looked in coming into this, but C9 here again throwing a little bit of a different look than what they've shown on Sunset previously. Enough with the combined firepower, with the coordination that C9 is now finding, getting their groove, and again, setting that tempo, setting that pace early. Vanity doing a good job to make sure that he's forcing that issue as well. Seems to be a very good formula here for C9.
I mean, for FUT, you have to be, if you're a fan watching at home, you have to be just praying that this is a slow start from them. I mentioned those stats earlier from Zeta. 393 ACS.
Say it again.
393 ACS. Absolutely bonkers performance from this guy. The ace layered in there. Oxy, the whole time, they were neck and neck. And then as soon as that ace happened, Zeta just leapt above them. What a performance from everybody on this team. We've been talking about him consistently, though. I think so much credit has to be given to Curry, because this is a guy that hasn't played on a Tier 1 team in quite some time. In fact, this is only the third event that he's played, to my knowledge, this entire year. And the other ones were some like online qualifiers, a Knights Weekly, that kind of thing, or Knights Monthly, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then he comes into this, stepping up to the plate, saying, yes, I can help you out, C9, since you can't have your fifth man come to Japan. And he just looks like he looks better than I think he ever has.
Yeah, really good util placement, really good, combination with the rest of the team, really good movement with the rest of the team. It seems like the comms must be going well, because if you can see all those things going well, typically that means that everything with the communication as well is fitting in. Just seems to naturally fill in with this team very, very nicely. So yeah, I'm super blown away with Curry. And as we go over to Lotus, this is super intriguing to me, because we haven't seen FUT play Lotus since Masters Tokyo, since they played Attacking Soul on this map. So it's been quite a while. No idea what the heck they're going to be doing on this map. C9's played it a few times here in the offseason, beating DRX twice on it, beating EDG as well at the 10 VALORANT event. So I have no idea what to expect from FUT now. This is going to be really intriguing.
Seth, you mentioned that if you're a FUT fan, you're hoping that this was just a blip, on the radar. But however, what went wrong? How do you describe that? Because so far at this tournament, we've seen them stomping teams, especially here. Oh, of course, here in Japan, that wasn't the case here.
I hate to be crass, I hate to be rude, but that just came down to a skill dip. It feels like on Sunset. That was just a systematic dismantling of FUT that Cloud9 were able to pull off. But when we take a look into this one here, we see Mr. Fallen. I mean, going for the Sova.
Wow.
Taking a leap out of Jesse Bash's book.
Yeah, right?
Here on Lotus. And Crack's moving over onto that Cypher as well.
Wasn't it Yeta J who played Cypher on Split? Interesting.
Yeta J has been playing a lot of Sentinel, so this is a big change-up. Seems like they might favor the Cypher, and maybe he doesn't feel as confident on that here almost.
I'm quite intrigued to see how this goes for FUT, because Cloud9 probably feeling pretty confident. Yeah, that guy's got a magnet in his forehead, I guess. I don't know.
The fans have been so awesome at this event so far. And imagine what it's going to be like tomorrow. We've got a semi-final, then we've got a show match, then we've got a grand final, depending on who's there. I mean, regardless, the Japanese fans are going to show up and show out, right? It's going to be crazy.
We had no Japanese teams at Masters Tokyo. It was packed every day. They were cheering, for their favorite teams, but also just for the sport of it. Yeah. Because they just enjoy VALORANT. They enjoy a good VALORANT. It doesn't matter what team you're on. If you make a good play, they're going to be applauding.
Are we going to see a third and final map here, Paper Thin? Talk to me. Talk to me.
I'm concerned with what I've seen with FUT's agent composition. Yeah. They're either cooking, one of the best meals you've had in your life, or this is going to be kind of awkward. So we'll see.
All right, well, they are all fired up and ready to get into this crucial Lotus map here at Red Bull Homeground 2023 semi-finals. C9 versus FUT. Let's go.
here on the attack. Spike for now, just going to be left out over by the spawn. Some early forward position being taken here by FUT. Creeping up to get themselves alongside the door. Spam shots here with the Sheriff Oxy. Seeing if he can tag anybody at all through the wall.
Yeah, a lot of ghosts for FUT. Yedijay, the one with the classic, is the one who takes the damage. So they're going to remain there, send out the smoke, try to keep the pressure on in front of A main. Try and see if they can use this as that pivot point that we've seen a lot on this map. Two players heading in towards B main. You got Curry here with all of his utility, including the Nano Swarm still. If they do go that direction, a quick shift over from Zeppa. And now they're going to try to go for the plant.
Plant does come through. Getting too much there with the flash. Just going to be backing away as the shock darts come flying in. Mr. Fallen still holding on to one more. Has a recon now as well. But trying to clear that post left angle. No one there to receive those shots. Oxy now making the entry, finds the kill. First and foremost, Mr. Fallen gets taken down. Oxy gets himself a second one. Eventually taken out by Yedijay. 7 HP. Has to go for the reload. And it's all down to Cracks, and he can't quite line it up. Gets a bit of damage across, but this time it's going to be C9 picking up the pistol round win.
Just a flood retake here from C9. And Oxy just is absolutely out of his mind. I mean, this guy is so accurate, he's so fast, and there isn't much you can do about it sometimes as FUT. They're in decent places. They fall back right away after this plant, set up these crossfires. They don't, it's just completely disrespected by C9. They're just going for it, and they're going together, and they're doing it as a unit, and it's working out. And this guy is the tip of the spear as this Raze on this map. 2 kills in the bank. And what a start here for C9, picking up right where they left off on Sunset.
Oh, Vanity. He's got himself an Ares, but
oh, nice.
No one piloting over towards him. Somewhere in the venue, Mitch Mann smiles. For now, looks like FUT widely just going to be creeping forward here towards the B site. Curry around the corner with that Judge. Spams through, Attic Captain down low. It's 42 HP remaining.
Still 4 Sheriffs for the side of FUT.
I mean, they know that this Ares is here. He's got to reload it.
Yeah.
Vanity. Oh, out into the open.
Oh, no.
He is overstepped. The punish comes through. Now the Ares can be recovered here. As rotations begin all the way through. The attackers spawn. Mr. Fallen trying to sit here, trying to stay silent. Looks for the shots, but can't quite land them. And Jake with a quick turn. Shuts down the Sova. CNED head going to be spotted here over top of Mount, but the flash full blinds him. Nade now at the ready. Attic Captain is low. Will that kill him off? Spike does get planted. Looks like he gets away from the explosion, but Oxy is just hounding him down. Jumps up over the top. Cracks actually the one that finds the kill. Yedijay makes use of the Ares. The Judge sets up for a little bit of initial damage, and Curry can finish it off with the Ghost. One surviving the round as he will pick up a Guardian.
These
Get the abuse.
These C9 fans have a little dance they do after they win their round. Like, unbelievable. That's awesome. What a round, though, here from FUT. Honestly, even though Mr. Fallen doesn't get any damage out of it, it's still good ideas for FUT. Just so close to sneaking this round away from C9, and some laughs out of Curry. It's like, I don't know, man. Just barely getting away with it. Not much health left.
Placing swarm grenade.
And at that range, the Judge wasn't going to get it done, so fortunately the Ghost in the back pocket.
Let's see Cash, though. Everyone going
good.
down. It's just the rifles here for FUT. Looks like because of that, C9 they want to push a bit more aggressively. Oxy trying to make his way out to safety. The flash helps peel for him. Shock Dart not going to be getting any contact, but no damage taken, but no space gained for C9.
Yeah, and that's some good impact here from Mr. Fallen. Gonna send out another shock dart there just to see if anybody was going to try to re-peek that angle as they try to make their exit. But again, pretty heavy defensive setup from Curry over towards this B site.
Oh, just wanted to get the bite down, but Vanity instantly punished. Great headshot there from Crack. Seen it as well with a follow-up, and Zeppa running into the paint shells. It's taken out.
Standing ahead.
Looks like FUT should be giving themselves here on the board. Zoxy just sending out a paint shell, will interrupt for a brief little moment, but barring a miraculous turnaround in this 2v5 with Yedijay on a flank, seems like C9 Not going to be getting that conversion.
Doesn't feel like it. I mean, Oxy, still a blast pack and a boom bot. Try to do some damage, at least take some guns away.
One enemy
Not going to be allowed to.
Firing squad waiting for him around the corner. Neural Theft online for the future round. It's Curry. See if he can get anything here.
Woof.
Okay. Fantastic quick headshot coming through. Any more damage he could deal would still be quite good, but Mr. Fallen is ready for the peak. And FUT will get themselves on the board in the third round.
Yeah, and you're already building towards some ultimates, big-time ones here for FUT. So even though things have been a little bit sideways, they've been getting close. A couple away from that Hunter's Fury. A couple away from the lockdown for Curry already. A showstopper, though, for Oxy. CNED 3 away from his. At a captain. Bit away from the Viper's Pit. Vanity a mile away. But still FUT could start to turn things around here if they can get this ult economy cycling. Kind of get those gears turning. Definitely start to find some success. Start swinging some rounds together. C9, though, trying again. Putting some pressure at the dunes.
Let's see if they can spot anything, and they do. Looks like drone going to be sent. I don't know if they realize how close this race is. Mr. Fallen taken out. Oxy is waiting, and as soon as he hears that util, it's far too late for Mr. Fallen. Vanity now upgrading from the Ares to the Odin. Ready to greet them at the gates.
He's in trouble.
Fight for bite out so far. Looks like a bit of exploration here from Ada Captain, peeking out the stairs. Doesn't see anything. And now they start working their way in towards the site. Zeppa finding the first kill, swing around the back, hesitate, trying to get the jump on a Vanity. Unable to do so, now just trying to spam through. Showstopper does come out, does kill too. So from beyond the grave, CNED will continue to do some damage here to the economy of Cloud9, but fortunately, it's not enough to be able to get them the round win. Cloud9 will go ahead and pick up a third.
Yeah, nice plays here from Vanity to buy some time. FUT was getting dangerously close, and he was kind of messing around there, checking angles, looking at stuff, and then eventually able to use that Poison Cloud and the Snake Bites to buy enough time to get Zeppa over there, to give him a little bit of support and get the rest of the team over there as well. But him and Zeppa, and then eventually Oxy shows up to the party. Yeah, that showstopper, okay. A little bit of a Pyrrhic victory there. You get a couple kills with that showstopper, but lose the round. I mean, that's a huge ultimate now out of the hands of FUT. That doesn't really get them much other than a bit of economic damage to Cloud9.
Yeah. Shadows see. Numbers fairly low. Zeppa and Vanity. The ones that are decently healthy. All right.
Cover going out.
You know, sometimes people they want to make the angel play, but not everybody can get away with it.
Stealing sight.
Unfortunate to say the least, but Yetta J thought he had an opening. The call was made. He goes for it. He's spamming through the corner, and CNED's caught him in the fire. Oh, no. It's absolutely disgusting. And now they are just sandwiched in. Cracked, however, swinging. Does manage to find a second one. Zeta Captain will eventually fall. Curry picking up the kill. You have to expect Odin likely to be recovered. No, actually, no one goes to grab it. 4-1.
He's got enough money. He's fine.
Yeah, he can afford it, unfortunately.
What
maybe we were free from this prison.
I mean, just great util staggering here. Just CNED had no chance. He had to move, and Vanity knew it, and he could just hold the trigger.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Bang through the corner.
Yeah.
A decent little run back again. I mean, kind of similar to Sunset. We're seeing these rounds be so close, but it is C9 at the end of it all that's really racking them up. Multiple ults available on either side. Seeker's lockdown. Takes teleport. Hit for Ada Captain if they can get themselves onto a site firmly.
This has been just a tremendous start to this. Now, here are those ults coming online for FUT. So, again, though, the problem is that you've cycled right into C9 having some of the counters. They've got the lockdown to counter the Viper's Pit. They've got the Seekers as well, which can help deal with that.
C9 making the call to rotate over towards C. And that's going to be the TP coming through. A quick cancel.
But that's kept FUT from going back, rotating in that direction. Now they have to rethink everything. Pit's going to come down and try to push their way in here, just covering that bottom west corner of the A site.
Eventually, Ada Captain's going to have to get himself into that pit. He does so now. Vanity waiting. Looks like he is a bit wary, staring over towards that B entrance in case somebody comes in on a deep flank. Spike now being brought over towards B, in fact. Seems like it's going to be a last-second pivot here from FUT. So they have to get through this.
30 seconds left.
Worry about Link. Part nothing spotted. Sends out a bite to try and delay. The TP for the plant now going to be coming through. Smoke thrown in. They have to just scatter down off the top here for fear of just being mowed down. Had to keep finding one. Curry going to be eliminated. That stops him from getting into a position where he can try to utilize that lockdown. Fighting chance here for FUT. Oxy finds Zeta J, trying to exit out. Gets the elimination. Hunter's Fury now coming through. Blast Pack looks for the transfer, can't quite make it happen. Spray Cross not going to be able to find that wall bang, but Zeppa still takes down CNED. Add Captain 10 HP. The defuse being held. Zeppa looking for it. They're trying to spray in, but they're just going to hold it. No! He actually doesn't get it!
Oh!
A fraction of a second remaining, and Mr. Fallen saves the round!
Unbelievable.
So very close, but he stops it in its tracks. FUT give themselves a second round win. My God, I hope we have slow-mo on the replay.
That, I don't know if there was any space left on this bar. I'm not sure.
Oh my God.
Just a
Quite
pixel.
literally a pixel.
Oh, no. Oh, that's a feels bad man for C9. But I want to talk about how well that round was set up by FUT, using that Viper's Pit to cover enough of A that it has to be considered by C9. And that also blocks off the rotations, the flank angles towards B. They're able to shift their direction over at a Captain. Just guns down Curry.
Curry trying to get into a cheeky spot, play this out a bit more aggressively, but now the neural theft can come into play. Revealing the setups here. Get forward into C now. Vanity dead. C then just pushing up. Gets the peek, gets the headshot just through the corner. And now C site is completely and utterly occupied by FUT.
Yeah, really nice stuff here. Great timing there from CNED. Just ready to pounce off the back of that neural theft. Able to find some serious value. They're going to use this to check for these rotations and then get really deep set up for this. The trap wire as well. Jake has to clear it.
Shell Paranoia now going to be thrown in an attic captain. Wow. Actually ends up exploding there. Oxy with the elimination. Doesn't have a Vandal. Pushing out of this smoke, but it proved to be so damn difficult. Still managing to find one. Covering smoke. Protected for a little bit longer, but Shock Dart takes him down. Except for the Sheriff. Off on the side. Good for one kill, but 30 HP. Mr. Fallen waiting, watching the corner. We'll be able to finish him off, and now FUT within touching distance. Just one more round to go to tie it up.
Yeah, all right. Now we're seeing some good stuff here out of FUT. Good job using that Sova utility to push the space towards the back of sight to make sure that they're able to get in good positions, even though they lose a player for it. Buying a little bit of extra time. Now, some ults available for C9. Showstopper, still the lockdown. Now Vanity finally coming into the pit. And there's a judge in his hands, and I'm curious if he's just going to pop it off the rip and plop down on C here.
Main shell's over by Rubble. Oxy revealed. There we go. Seems like Vanity looking to dissuade any approach over towards this C site.
And you got to know who this is FUT, right? Like, you got to know what gun is awaiting you in that Viper's Pit.
Okay, Showstopper out. Mr. Fallen trying to run. There's no more blast packs available here. Spots him. CNED trying to get away from it, but he's already so low. He gets ripped apart. Actually, with the kill, Mr. Fallen looking to challenge in, but he just continues to hold the ADS. Finds the kill. Meanwhile, back on beat. Curry takes out Cracks, but Zeta J finds a punish. Takes the TP over. He swings in, stares to Link. Jake will fall, but Attic Captain's now all on his lonesome. The entry to P blocked off. The entry to C pitted. And they know that he's on this side of the map. You can tap the door and try to sprint in, but that's about it. Pit now dropped.
Toxins going up.
Well, what do you
30
do here?
seconds
I mean,
left.
there's not many good options other than to try to wait for C9 to overextend, make a mistake, find a kill, but the other side of this corner is Vanity and a Judge.
Seems like he's going to try to take his chances, but now Oxy will swing out, will find the kill. 3 members left standing. And Cloud9 not allowing for FUT to get more than 2 in a row.
Yeah, Oxy here just getting far enough ahead of CNED. CNED throwing that paint shells to try to dissuade Oxy from pushing any further with that ult, but doesn't really have the desired effect, and therefore CNED's kind of left out in the open, in a great rocket from Oxy from a long range.
Yeah.
Able to find that kill, and then the follow-up on a Mr. Fallen. Just ADSs right in. I mean, just absolutely nasty stuff. He is just out of this world. The young star in the making here, Oxy, 18 years old, excuse me. It's phenomenal talent.
They're looking to push. Trailblazer leading the way, only really sees one. Oxy is going to get absolutely bullied out of this position now. Drone over the top, finds the tag. Zeta throwing the flash, but CNED still gets the headshot. The aggression here from C9 not quite paying off. TP at the safety, out of Captain now, trying to push his way into B. Vanity puts back a little bit of damage. Let's take one of those sheriff shots to the chest. Softened up just a bit. Seems like they drift across now over towards A with a late lurk. Out of Captain still just hovering outside of B. Smoke comes down. Vanity, the door isn't open. He would have to break it. Otherwise, rotate up through the top of B to try and reinforce this position that Jake so desperately needs. It's like 45 health remaining with a Guardian. Ball and just start breaking the door down. Vanity tries to get the spray transfer, can't make it happen.
Spike down A.
Now they push their way forward. They get into the B site. The Nano Swarm goes off. Frax just takes a quick peek behind him. Spike now planted. Lockdown available. Do they want to try to commit this here? The answer's going to be yes. Showstopper at the ready. CNED spotting him. Takes him down, destroys the lockdown. Jake now all on his lonesome. There's the first. Low HP on CNED. Cracks the one that's going to be the issue. The one that's playing closest to him. Just around the corner.
Ooh.
And he will get one shot across. Cracks taken down low. But Jake unable to find the clutch. 5-4. FUT keeping this neck and neck.
Yeah, I think C9 just, a little over aggressive at A there in the beginning of the round. I mean, I like what Vanity does here a lot. Just, waiting behind that door, trying to see if he can get the nice transfer. But I think this round went sideways because C9 really overfought for that doorway control outside of A. Try to flash in, and there's like 3-4 guns there for FUT. It's just too much to deal with at that narrow angle with that many guns looking at you. The concave there for FUT is just way too strong. And C9 just kind of made the call to just try it, see if it worked, and it didn't. So you move on. You win some, you lose some.
Vanity with the Bucky now. Sim, he's still going to be able to try to turn the tide. Paranoia goes across. He's waiting to see if the push is going to be coming through. There it is. The quick reaction does find the kill. Sends out a bite to try to protect his position now. Dodges out on that shock dart. I believe the gun on the far side. Can't quite recover it. Do they try to just triple face in? Still will be able to find another kill. Good value out of the shotgun. It's Cracks. Not getting clipped. And by that flash, just hugging up against the wall. And are they ready for it? They double face, but it's just double death. Zephyr can upgrade the gun. Now into the 1v2. Seekers at the ready. There's no armor. Does he feel confident enough to try to go for this with the ult?
I think it's worth a shot.
Since the flash, spam out, gets himself across the wall. Decay, expiring, they double face it. They get the kill. FUT now tying us up at 5-5.
Well done. I mean, Vanity doing all that he can to buy time for those late rotations from the rest of his team. The other 3 members were hoofing it through the attacker spawn, trying to get over there as quick as they could. He's doing his best with this Bucky to be a nuisance and pretty successful with it, but Cracks there because he dodges that flash, right? They're not quite as ready for that angle maybe as they normally would have been. They checked it kind of just a little bit late, and that gives Cracks just enough time to find that opportunity to get in there and get that double to really essentially shut that round down.
Get it, Jay. He's going for it again.
Okay.
The cancel comes in. Vanity in position to try to get the catch, but Curry going to be taken down. Mr. Fallen is catching him with that Hunter's Fury. Entry across, CNET gets himself into the site. Boombot at the ready. Vanity has to back way up. Jake now TPing across.
Cover going up.
I know exactly.
That coming
Viper's
through.
pit.
Welcome
There it is.
to
The pit now going to be committed into this one.
Oh,
Captain, he's playing away from this one though. Trying to go around the back. He will pull away from the waterfall for now. He's had a Captain actually finds Jake, finds Oxy, looks for a little bit more. Vanity
spike planted.
does eventually take him down. Spike gets planted. Pushed back away from the blast pack. And the backstab here from Mr. Fall, and Vanity not prepared for it. The recon dart to try to scout. Zeta just going to be hightailing it, trying to hide here in the C site, but they can smell the blood in the water. The Sharks looking to surround him as he gets started. And oh, poor Zeppa. There's not much more he can do. He will fall, and FUT will get themselves in the lead.
I just love the way that FUT is utilizing their Viper's pits as bait to rotate to other sites. Now, Jake does a pretty good job here of catching this rotation early with a paranoia, but the problem is that Yedajay uses his TP to create this double angle, and then Captain's able to capitalize off of it. So really nice, a really nice counter move to the move, but that camera placement is just hilarious. That's just amazing. That's just so funny.
Well,
Here.
done there from Cracks. Making sure that no one gets out alive. 2 judges now in play here for C9. Zeppa just pulling back, gets himself situated around the corner at stairs.
Here.
Jake waiting. Does have a Guardian. High penetration weapon. Can get through that wall. He's waiting to see if he hears any tap on the orb.
Confirmation.
Cover going out.
Wants to go for the paranoia, but now needs to respond. Drone comes flying through. Although there's a Guardian there, and Oxy gets taken down on the site. Seekers let loose. The push starts to come in, and Jake falling. Vanity has to break through this door, but they're going to know that he's coming. Clear up on the recon dart. Stops him from getting pinged. The push forward. Vanity spotted, noted the drop down just over the head of Yedajay. Zeppa can't quite line it up, and now Vanity can't close the distance. Curry will be able to find one, but that's as good as it gets. 3 members left standing as it's 7-5 with FUT out in the lead.
Yeah, fantastic recovery here by FUT. Down, I think, 5-3 at one point. String together a bunch of rounds in a row, come back from not just a rough start to this, but coming off of a rough finish to the previous map, just over the head. What a crouch.
1 into the neck, 1 just over the forehead.
That's an actual tactical crouch there.
A couple-inch difference. It's unlikely that he goes on to win the round, but
No, probably.
you never know.
You never know when those Guardians, when you just kind of start feeling it, just pop a couple heads, and all of a sudden, it's a completely different round. But now attacker side here for Cloud9, and that's kind of where they were setting the tempo on Sunset.
Yeah, and this could be where things get a little bit scarier here for FUT. Again, just given the Western region's proficiency for attack on Lotus, if that's going to continue, and if Oxy is going to continue to be, going toe-to-toe with the likes of Cracks and CNED, could become worrisome. But a bit more breathing room for FUT. They can close out this pistol.
Yeah, CNED had a couple really good rounds in there. He was able to step up. A few kind of weird ones, but a few really, really good. Cracks in particular hit some nasty shots.
I think for both of them, it feels like night and day compared to what we were seeing on Sunset.
Yeah.
And nobody was having a particularly great time, but you want to be seeing CNED picking up those frags. That is what he is known for. He is one of the original world champions. It looks like he's much more in his comfort zone right now here on Lotus.
Yeah, it is pretty intriguing here that as well for FUT, the only flash you have is paranoia, right? Like everything else is just like you're trying to get really deep utility with the Sova. You're trying to cover your backside with the Cypher. Try to cover some of your flanks and the lurks and that kind of thing. So you're relying a lot on mollies and stuff like that, good coordination to clear space. Immediately that dart's cleared. C9 is just beelining it towards
It's
A.
cleared by about 4 different guns, so you know how many people are playing around this side of the map right now. Curry just rushing up, paint shells there, gets a bit of damage. Mr. Fallen able to find one, finds 2. Curry taken down, Vanity dead. Mr. Fallen on for 3, has to go for the reload, but trying to swing back around. It's down into the screen from J. Just taking it to him. Jake comes away with 2. The right click, he knows where Atacapton's at, but he cannot get the kill. FUT take the pistol, and they stretch the lead even further.
Very nicely done there by Mr. Fallen, just hitting some nasty, nasty shots. Getting a little bit of help from a paint shells from CNET as well. Oxy just kind of overstepping his bounds a little bit. Something that, you know, a young duelist is going to have to learn here. As aggressive and successful as he is, sometimes push a little bit too far against players of the caliber of CNET and Mr. Fallen, all these guys on FUT who are absolutely incredible. And that's when you start to learn. You're saying, okay, we maybe went a little bit too far.
Have they gone too far this time? The force buy once again in from Cloud9. Oxy down to 21. And of course, it's the round that Zeppa could not afford to buy the heals.
I have the
Yeah, well, you know.
Weapon passed off. Sheriff in the hand of Oxy. Want to make sure that your highest power weapons are going to your highest health players.
I mean, it's you just need to headshot them. Who needs health?
It's true.
If they don't have any, then it doesn't
You
matter.
just shoot everybody in the head before they shoot you.
Exactly. It's easy.
Then it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's no problem.
Okay, smoke down on A stairs. Flash through the door, I do believe. Trying to really make it seem like they're going this way. It's Vanity panicking. Backpedaling rapidly. It looks like he will be able to get away. Okay, pushes back up. Wants to try to break this door. Paranoia going across. Doesn't quite connect onto him. The plant will come through, and Oxy trying to play forward.
Jake in such a precarious spot with his Bulldog.
Vanity going on a long flank to try and see if anyone's going to be coming from that C side of the map. Oxy lets the paint shells go through. Shock dart can get some decent damage in. Not a full connection. Just minor chip damage. Mr. Fallen finds Curry. The push out cracks. Ready for somebody to be there on the opposite side of the cage. Takes out Oxy. Jake with 1 HP. Dead. Now it's all on Zeppa and Vanity to try to get something done. The push out, the swing in. He got the take. Can he get the kills? No. Atacapton brings it back with the last 2 eliminations. And the force buy from Cloud9 this time does not hold water.
It's great patience from FUT. Cloud9 here, I think, maybe I would consider maybe pulling that Bulldog back a little bit sooner from Jake. Try to avoid some of that damage on site, especially, you know, planting on B. You're expecting a lot of those mollies, a lot of that utility to come through to try to do some damage there. It takes quite a bit. He does get 1 before he's taken down, but now the buys are, you know, pretty abysmal for Cloud9. I mean, you know, a Bucky because it's Vanity. But other than that, Sheriff's and the Stinger. Of course, tons of Bulldogs, cracks even with the Vandal.
The attack Viper Bucky. Oxy
Yeah, this is
double blast pack. I can see that.
Sure. But
Let's see if Vanity can get anything done with it.
if he had a Viper's Pit, maybe, you know. Even then.
Got darted, so they actually can't push off the back of the paint shells here. Zeppa just going to be grabbing the orb as Mr. Fallen takes some forward space out over towards A, hugging up against the tree.
And he's 1 away from a Hunter's Fury as well. Might just get it right here.
Ooh. Doesn't quite find the opening volley of bullets there. Backing off now, makes it around the corner. As that the help of that toxic screen to keep him protected. As Seathead over at stairs just finds Oxy. Cracks. Waiting around the corner. Curry trying to get the catch, and he does. What a shot. Weapon recovered. Paranoia out. Jake caught with it. Jay swinging through into tree. Comes up with that kill. Bit of a shallow alarm bot. Think he wanted to place it further, but doesn't have the time to try to replace it. And now CNED finishes him off. Zeppa with a stinger. Vanity. And with that Bucky, needs to get the 1 weapon upgraded.
Gotta check to make sure that Boombot doesn't come on yet.
Bucky gets him with a 2nd shot. Bulldog snatched up, but J right there, ready to take him down. FUT moving up to double digits.
Well, a little trickery attempted by C9. Trying to hide themselves in some funky spots. And yeah, again, Vanity able to find some Bucky damage, but that's about it. Oh, captain, my captain. Definitely. I think I've seen signs for just about every player. Like, just about everyone. Somebody's a fan of. Now, Mr. Fallen does indeed have that Hunter's Fury. There's, yeah, Vanity. You know, that's the Bucky, so you can be a little bit bouncy with it.
He got his.
Yep.
Side of C9. Very surprising to not see a timeout called.
Here.
Yeah, that's true.
No slowdowns coming through. Seems like they're taking a leap out of DRX's book. Trying to rush forward. Zeta able to go 1-for-1 here by taking down Yedajay, but smoke's gone on either side.
I'd like to see some of Zeppa's flashes be used a bit more for some entries after you get a little bit of info. Curry, my goodness.
Very nice shot.
Camera taken out.
It's going to be destroyed there. This Trailblazer going to go running through. Trapwire going to be destroyed. Cage still set up right here at the entrance.
Got Seekers now. So you can really try to clear some space. Make sure you get this plant down. Try to get this 6th round in. See if you can right the ship for C9.
I've got your
train. He's been having a whale of a time. Trap goes in. Seekers on the chase. Flash did not connect. So they're working their way through this one. Shots is a little bit delayed to try to get the catch. Seeker now chasing. Hunter's Fury, however, coming across. Mr. Fallen looking to try to shut this down, but it's the one connection. Can't find any follow-up. C9 now occupy the site, planning into the corner. Vanity wants to try to rush off the back. It wasn't even flashed, I don't think.
One enemy remaining.
Didn't see the glow in his face either way. And just runs in, finds the kill.
Whoa.
Mr. Fallen, however, picking up a second one. Low on HP. So too is Oxy. This be one hell of a clutch. And that spam eventually finds him. Creeping along the wall. Oxy privy to it all. C9 finally picking up around here in this half.
Yeah, spreading the map nicely. And of course, since they force bought, not really a bonus there 2 rounds ago, but this round, really where they needed to get it done, and they're able to do so. What shots there from Mr. Fallen, though. Still a lot of damage being taken by C9, even in that win, so it's going to be mostly half armors and the Vandals, although that's generally the plan anyway. Trying to make sure that your economy stays strong. Trap wires, both B and C for cracks. That smoke he had there at the edge of C, giving him just enough of an angle to watch the entries, potentially give himself the opportunity to get a kill or two. Really nicely set up. Love to see those Cypher smokes, especially over on C. You can really put them in some funky angles. Make it really difficult for your opponents. Kind of guess where you're going to be looking, where you're going to be holding your angles yourself as a Cypher. Yeah, let's get some orbs, let's get some ults. We got that showstopper, baby.
Showstopper at the ready, but CNET has one on the opposite side. Mirrored ultimates overall, as Yedajay and Jake both have those available. Gonna see both of them getting used just for scouting purposes. Nothing spotted at B, nothing spotted at Rubble. Oxy with the paint shell at the ready. Moves it pretty shallowly. Looks like it wants to just clear some of this util. Cam is available, but Rocket is good. Atacaptain gonna be taken down. Cam now destroyed. Dart being removed. Mr. Fallen gets himself over towards TT here up on top. I think it's a TP
30 seconds
on
left.
the box. Mr. Fallen flushed out. Oxy able to find that elimination. Now,
Spike
3
planted.
players remaining. CNED with the showstopper. Does he decide to try to pull the trigger here? Finds Zeppa. Might just end up going for it. Paranoia thrown out, catches onto one. Rocket at the ready. Jake trying to snipe him out of the sky. Can't quite make it happen. Eventually does as he hits the floor, and Oxy gets Yedajay at the same time. Crack's now the last one standing, but doesn't want to overstay his welcome. Rotates around the back, trying to see if anyone's going to be exiting out this way. The answer to which is going to be no. 4 members left standing. Cloud9 going to be winning a 2nd round in a row, keeping themselves in this map.
Just brilliant anti-showstopper placement by Jake there. As soon as he got up there, I was like, oh, he's waiting for CNED to come through, and then he's going to try to shut that showstopper down and even distracts, even though he doesn't land the shots. It's a tough shot to land. the Raze is moving so fast there. It's really hard as that player, but it doesn't matter. Great shot there by Oxy as well. And yeah, using that paint shells to clear the trap wire that's likely there at the door. And then coming through here. Yeah, who cares? Doesn't matter. He wasted the ult because he got distracted by you. It's beautiful.
It's expecting that you're
in the
going
corner
to be behind the box
Yep.
rather than on top of it. So, it stays alive throughout that one. Now we go into round 18. Worst for Rare right now, the economy of FUT. 3 Sheriffs, 2 Vandals. Trailblazer already used. Not going to be spotting too much. Some decent forward presence here outside of C. Some chip damage there onto Curry. Will get patched up.
Yeah, now 1 away from a lockdown, 2 away from Vanity's pit. So you can string together a couple good rounds here with some big ults from C9. Get yourself right back into this game.
Blind swing on the paranoia, a little bit too late as Oxy goes up over the top. Now they're going to be forced away. Zeta does manage to trade one back. Good shot there, nearly connecting onto Mr. Fallen. In the end, though, just a 1-for-1 with both Razes left on the ground. Potential for a delayed recovery of that weapon if Mr. Fallen rotates out through C. Vanity spamming through, smoke down comes down. Out of Captain, pushing forward, gets himself just alongside the box, just alongside this trap wire.
Are they going to be ready for that other one that Mr. Atacaptain's looking at right there, right outside a tree?
30 seconds left. You should run.
I'll have to just wait and see, but for now, the lockdown to try to force them out of position.
This one right there, it's going to be a Vanity.
Fallen trying to make his way over here. He does have that Vandal in tow, but now Out of Captain taken out. Kill found, plant coming through.
Spike
TP across. Get a J. Over a drop, joined by Cracks. Double approach here.
Poison's off.
See if they can try to break this defensive line. Flash going in, and it's working wonders. Sapon finds 2, Cracks gets another. The reveal comes across. They know exactly where Zeppa is, and he's not going to be able to stay alive. The ult from Cracks, absolutely everything but the entry from Mr. Fallen sets up for it. 11 rounds now in for FUT. And it felt like that should have been Cloud9 getting up to 8, getting 2 away from tying us up.
Yeah, they did so much right here. They avoided kind of the cheeky trap wire. They're able to get the lockdown in. And then again, these flood retakes from FUT are so good because they're catching C9 before they can really get set up, I feel like, before they can really get where they want to. And then Mr. Fallen is just nuts as another Hunter's Fury. Yeah, Vanity gets his pit, but this is tricky now as FUT's able to get themselves on stable ground, especially economically. That's important. Whereas C9, you know, it doesn't really matter too much because they only have to lose 2 more rounds and they're done on this map. Yeah.
I didn't quite catch it in the replay, but I think they might have actually been team flashed by Zeppa.
Cover going out.
Mr. Fallen just swings the corner and guns 2 down. We'll hope that isn't the case for their sake. Roxy does get revealed. Where there's Raze, there's only a couple other players. Quick turn on the flash.
Cover going out.
Jay just going to be setting up yet another smoke here. Needs to keep that one-way active. Meantime, deep lurk forward from Vanity.
Toxin screen down.
All the way up here towards stairs. Screen now dropped. Cracks. Does he have an idea that this is the case? Either way, now they know. Vanity does not get the punish that he would have loved to have had. Swing around the back. Oxy, good for the kill. Crack's going to be taken down. Atacaptain now dropping in. Clear out on the nanoswarm. They know he's there. Oxy able to find it. Hunter's Fury, final shot. Does manage to get a tag, but Oxy now finds 3. Going on for an ace, but low HP for both he and Vanity as well as Zeppa.
Spike planted.
The 2 can be healed. Zeppa cannot. The turret gets cleared out. CNET goes back up top. Drops down around the front. He finds Oxy. Curry waiting around the corner. Sat at tree. Tap on the door. Vanity pushing forward. Zeppa, however, the Guardian managing to find Mr. Fallen. Curry will clean up CNED. They answer back. Cloud9 move up to 8.
Yeah, been a little bit awkward there for a while for C9, but Oxy comes up huge, 1 away from a showstopper. Zeppa 1 away from Seekers, so those 2 doing a great job here. And it's been really tough on these retakes. It seems like every time FUT just has a good pulse for where the players are. You know, the shock darts landing there, doing some damage. CNET quick with the response to get the kill, but this time around, Curry and Zeta gonna step up, find that defense, find those angles. Here we go!
Oh, what an entry attempt there. Is Oxy just gonna get cut down a size. CNET mows him down right as he hits the ground. Recon dart revealing too. Jake, I'm gonna try to get out of here. I can tell he doesn't really want to have to use his only remaining teleport. But in the end, has to just get out to safety.
I mean, I think C9 here hoping that...
It's a weapon recovered.
I know. I think they're hoping that they can catch it, maybe being only one, at worst two players there, but there's actually three, and he's just instantly shut down. It's just kind of it's an ego play, it feels like, to be honest.
I mean, we've seen so many players get away with that exact kind of maneuver, Jing, but usually when it's not when they're out on mount, it's when they're actually just peeking out from C. And just expectations a bit offset there as far as how many people were going to be playing out at mount in that round. Clear on the boom bot.
I've got your trail.
Tap on the door. Looks like C site's still going to be the target here, especially now as
seconds left.
J does end up falling. Curry trying to go on this merry little flank. The Seeker chasing around the back. Hit now.
Right here.
Invested. Mr. Fallen trying to get the shots through. Will interrupt the plant. As Curry continues to try to play this one out patiently. Bring on the corner. You can tell Quax was wary about this, but he didn't expect him to be up against the wall. 4v3, the man advantage is there. Now they have to play up into this pit, suffer from the decay. CNET right on the corner. Wow. Jake trying to get that little peek in. Can't find it.
Oh
Mr.
my.
Fallen catches Zeppa. Nanoswarm from Curry will take down CNET. Mr. Fallen, the K down to one. Another Nanoswarm going to be lobbed up over the top. That one destroyed. The spam finds him. Turret could actually be set up here by Curry. He's going to swing around the back. Mr. Fallen finds him. But Vanity in the end will be the last one standing as Cloud9 continue to push back 2 more rounds in a row. But now it's going to be 4 full rifles once more here for the side of FUT.
And once again, Oxy and CNET both have their showstoppers, but Curry just, again, beautiful lurking, catches Cracks just enough off guard. Cracks was starting to check the angle, but hadn't fully committed to that corner that Curry was in, and then Curry immediately just ducks out and gets back to the safety of the backside of the site of the south side of C, where he's able to put his nanoswarms to great use, even though things are a little bit off kilter. Oops, speaking of kilter.
That's a showstopper gone. CNET with one of his own now. It's not ready for him to be. Sat right alongside the wall. J in the meantime taking quite a bit of space, working his way forward. Turret obviously not spotting anything over towards B. They have to be wary. They have to be aware that somebody could be pushed up like this over towards the C side.
Yeah, Oxy's been having a little trouble finding the ability to get even into the site sometimes, to get the openings to find the entries. It's been really well shut down by FUT. And that's been definitely slowing up. Oh boy.
He's made it past Vanity. Turret.
Uh-oh.
Is he not spotting anything from this angle? Throws down the smoke now. It seems like they have absolutely no idea that this is about to happen. J
oh boy.
might just have the play of the match. He's coming around the back. Does he play it patiently? No. He pulls the trigger on one. Curry, low HP, but still managing to hold his ground. J taken out, and now the shift comes over here from Cloud9. They work their way to the A site. Just Zeppa and Jake remaining. Plant comes in, 3 players, a pit available, a showstopper, and that's the first one that gets pulled. Sends it over the top, bit of damage in, CNET able to finish the job. Zeppa slides in the back, gets himself situated over by drop. 26 seconds before he has a flash, and he won't even get close to it. CNET runs them down, 3 kills for him as FUT get up to map point.
I mean, this is just FUT starting to really get a feel for the flow. And J getting behind enemy lines and just absolutely causing so many problems. Great reaction from Curry, but that's just making it so much harder for him to react to the players coming from the other angles, coming from top mid and those kind of things. It's just too much. FUT doing such a good job here on this map now. We haven't seen them play it since Masters Tokyo. They haven't played it since the last time they were in Japan. And now they're on the verge of sending us to a map 3, just sending us to Haven. And I think now Cloud9 is going to opt for a timeout.
Again, just feels a bit bizarre that it took this long to really try to pump the brakes and right the ship, because now you're not playing for the win, you are playing for the overtime. You have a good amount of ults to work with. The lockdown, the showstopper, the omen. But you still need to string together 3 rounds consecutively. Hit is there on the opposite side. Add a captain. Likely gonna look to just try to lock off that C site.
Yeah, but you've got the lockdown potentially to clear that if you can get pushed up past the mound. You have an opportunity to maybe nullify that if that's where it goes. You also have a showstopper, but you know that's because Oxy died before he even got a chance to use it in the previous round. So you got to keep him a little bit on the leash here. He's kind of overstepped on the second half a few times. He's gotten shut down pretty hard by CNET and the likes of these excellent veteran players on FUT. So let's see what they're going to dial up. Big ults here, big opportunities.
Creep up, Oxy on the corner. Paranoia goes across. Oxy caught by one though. Now into the smoke. Now the paint shells. Just waiting. The fuse is ticking down. Sends it over towards backside. Not going to be able to get into that. Jake now going on the TP.
Cover going
Up over here by the door. The lockdown rolling. Space going to be opened up.
But they're not even.
Smoke across. TP forward. Now they take the site for themselves. The plant coming through. Very wide lurk here from the side of Vanity, but Jake going to be taken down to CNET. Finds the first kill of the round. Brings it back around towards the door. As now they really need Vanity to start moving forward. He's going to get himself back over here towards being main. Judge managing to get a bit of damage across, but Crack stays alive. Walks into the spray from Zepin. Vanity arrives at the right time. Takes out Ada Captain.
Last player
Fight down on the floor. Last one standing is the IGL, and he's only got 5 HP. Yedajay is there. He spotted him. And we are not done yet. The defuse comes in, and FUT will be taking this the distance all the way to map 3.
Yeah, just excellent stuff here at the end from FUT. Really tenacious, and it felt like on that last round, that lockdown, even though it came down, C9 was just never comfortable enough to really pull the trigger. All these mollies that you have in this composition with the extra shock darts available from the Sova. And this comp, you know, again, the only flash is the Paranoia in it, and they're still able to make it work, and I kind of like it. I mean, you've got the Cypher utility to try to slow down the Raze. You've got the Sova utility to try to counter some of that Viper util, so overall this works, and, you know, CNET coming in here having a big one. Mr. Fallen, some huge rounds for him where he just took over and won them a lot of important matches.
You can never count out FUT. CNET, Mr. Fallen, the stars all came out when it mattered on Lotus. Cloud9 worked so incredibly hard towards the back end of that map to stay in it and to potentially win it, but it just wasn't possible. FUT looking strong as we know them to be. We'll be picking apart that map after a short break and getting into the decider next. Back in the arena for Red Bull Homeground 2023 with me, Ian Chambers, and our amazing casters, Achilles and Paper Thin. Now, normally this Ryogoku Koguki-kan arena here in Tokyo, Japan is used to having sumo wrestlers battling it out in the center stage. That is a different thing here today. We've got two absolute mammoth teams going head to head, and they're very well matched, which is obviously why we are now going to a third and final map here. FUT Map 1 didn't really show up. Here on Lotus, they came out swinging. It looked at times like there might be a comeback on the cards for C9, but FUT closing them down.
Yeah, once they're over to the other side of the map, once they flipped, it seemed like they were really much more comfortable, really in control of things, really made C9's attacking side life very, very tricky. Never really gave them a lot of easy space. Anytime it felt like C9 got a plant down, it felt like instantly FUT was in positions to do something about it. So they're reading the map really well, they're controlling the space really well, and that's something that, again, talking about the differences that a Sova can make for you, it's having that extra ability to get a little bit deeper with your utility to get that recon than, say, a Sky can.
Yeah, and I mean, they show us a bit of a different look here with Yetajay coming out on this moment rather than playing the Cypher that we had seen him already play back on Split. Seems like he's just a lot more comfortable maybe with this, or maybe Krax is more comfortable on the Cypher. Either way, there was a fantastic performance. Yetajay was consistently trying to get himself into some flank positions, had some very good first kills.
Yeah.
But widely, it was the battle of the Razes. Oxy right there at the top, but a much more CNED performance from CNED compared to that first map where he was widely absent.
He woke up, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's just pop across to round 6 for a moment, because there was an incredible piece of work from Mr. Fallen. He prevents a defuse by literally a fraction of a second. Take a look.
This was one of the most, one of the closest that we have ever seen across any tournament in VCT, any off-season tournament. This was just completely and utterly down to the wire. A single pixel remaining on this defuse.
This might have changed the map. I mean, this might have been the one that really set the momentum kind of back into FUT's favor. I mean, what a shot. The wall bang even. Ridiculous.
At that point, you have to assume that they have it, you know? It just, your brain says, yup, that's going off. He's getting the defuse. But they had other ideas, and fate definitely played in their favor in that moment. And like you said, that is that butterfly effect, that one little round that starts unraveling everything for Cloud9.
And you can see with the player cam reactions here what it means. We talk about this being an off-season event. Right now, this feels like real deal Holyfield right in the center of this stage. Both teams taking this tremendously seriously.
Yeah, I mean, think about how many fans are here. Think about where you're playing. Think about what it took to get here. All these things put together. Yeah, everybody's telling me, you know, we're working on stuff. We're doing some things. We've got new people. We've only had a very short amount of time to practice. Who cares? You still want to win.
Yeah.
You still want to come in here and give it your best effort individually. And I think, again, FUT now, that sleeping giant starting to come alive, starting to really start to feel themselves. We saw that with C9 earlier on Sunset, but going on to Haven, a map that FUT looked pretty darn good on the last time we saw them, kind of crushed it.
Yeah, they did. And Seth, as we start to take a look at our players before they jump into a map for the final time here today, there is only this one map, Haven, separating them from potentially being the first team to secure and concrete that spot in our grand final tomorrow. That's a lot of pressure.
No, it absolutely is. And it's going to be really pushing in on all these players, and that wind is behind FUT's sails. C9 have shown that, you know, when they do have those rougher starts, that they can come back in the next map. Started off hot here, bit of a stumble back on Lotus. Can they recalibrate? Can they stabilize coming into Haven to try to take this one away? That's the big question. We'll see if they're going to be able to get it done here shortly.
Yeah, I mean, both rosters, of course, have big names on there, including, you know, you've got your young gunners, but then you've got more of your seasoned veterans, and they're the players that you want to lean on in a situation like this. The likes of Vanity, the likes of CNED, and now we get into agents, like Seth.
We do, and I mean, you know, minor differences here. It's going to be the KO on the one side, the Astra here for Jake, and Zeppa going over here towards this fade.
This is really interesting. I mean, no Sovas, no Skies.
Yeah.
That's a very odd setup here for Haven. You rarely see that kind of thing. I mean, Zeppa on the fade is a pretty interesting choice. Maybe just hoping to slow things down with those prowlers, trying to clear those extra corners. You know, it's kind of an interesting choice. I mean, very very rarely you see it because most people feel like with the open air, with the open space, and the extra kind of info you can get with the Sova, that it's generally kind of preferred over Fade on this map. And you don't have the raise either. Like a lot of times if teams are going to go with the Fade onto Haven, it's because they want to do the Season 8 combo.
The Season 8 combo.
Yeah.
Right, lads. Who's going in? Who's making the grand final? Tell me.
I really don't know. I can't really pick between these two because I think C9 have the capability to run this back, but I also think FUT can absolutely roll with the momentum. I think this is very much a toss-up. We might not even know at the halfway point.
Well, that's the sort of thing you want in a final map. You want it to be hard to call. You can hear the crowd here in the arena start to make noise. They know what this means. C9 versus FUT. One team enters the grand final when this is done. The other exits home ground. It's Haven with Achilles and Paper Thin.
Looks like we're going to be off to a fast start. CNED back over onto that staple. Jet immediately in here on the B site. Took a little bit of damage there from the Nano Swarm. A shot from Curry, but Plant already starting to come through. Does get interrupted. Prowler sent out. The Haunt still at the ready. CNED just occupying this space. Spike being held. Waiting to see what else comes their way, it would seem. Everybody from Cloud9 looking to play this very patiently. Holding back quite a bit. And Oxy just sat in the attacker's spawn.
They know that they haven't moved.
Yeah, might be able to get a very good flank here onto J.
I think FUT is trying to sell it that they've rotated, but I don't know if they know that Oxy has gotten all the way back into their spawn.
Spike planted.
The reveal is going to come through. Vanity's going to line up for the fault line. Try to set up for this retake.
Could be a decent catch. Does manage to find one. CNED able to trade one before getting taken down by Zeta, but now Oxy makes his presence known, and Mr. Fallen unable to react to it in time. J, the last one standing. The dash across. Oxy just completely eluding him. Comes up with 3 to kick off a pistol round win. And he'll say, yep, thank you very much. I don't mind a Blade Storm that quickly. Gets the defuse off. Cloud9 will win the first round.
Yeah, some fun versatility shown here by Oxy. The patience, you know, he's known to be this aggressive, this crazy, flashy duelist. And yes, at the end of the round, he does show us a bit of that. But at the beginning of the round, he's just taking his time. He's getting into the enemy spawn. He's getting in the information. J is watching the flanks, but he's not watching it from deep enough to see it. And this means that C9 has all the information on what's going on the map. They can wait. Oxy can just make his way in towards mid window, find those big kills, and just basically destroy any hope FUT had of potentially winning that round single-handedly. Just absolutely phenomenal stuff. Now, Captain has gotten really deep in here, and he's going to pay the price.
And that he has. Just walks into a crossfire between Vanity and Jake. It's up falling. Jake swinging out wide here onto the site. Finds himself another victim. Kill cleaned up. Curry down to 4 bullets.
Spike down mid.
And Crack's already eliminated by Vanity. Oxy, okay. Does fall low. J with the Sheriff still demands a bit of respect here. There's the walk-in right through the corner. And Zeppa will get taken down.
Respect earned right there. That was really
He needs to
nice.
respect that turret.
Yeah, well. He's trying.
That second one not coming through. There you go. Now gets the clear out. Picks up that Spectre. We'll see if you can find some more damage here. Oxy right now drifting all the way out through A long, about to maybe clash with CNED, and he does. The Marshal finds the kill, but they still need to try to get this spike.
30 seconds left.
Sprays down the door. This still feels like such an impossible position to break through. Grabs it, dashes back, but can't quite get it. They line up for Vanity. He will get himself 3 kills here in the round as Cloud9 win out the anti-eco.
I love the attempt, though. I absolutely love it. I mean, it's just you have nothing else you can do. That's your best hope, is to be able to kind of just sneak it out from underneath them quickly, get in, get out, and somehow make it out of there. But, you know, there's not many worlds where you're able to do so. But still, I mean, it's still a lot of damage done here at the end by FUT. That's really encouraging. You know, able to find some isolated picks and able to do some damage. You know, Oxy was down to 19 HP. That's why he fell in one shot to CNED's Marshal, because J got so deep. And even though Oxy was ready for it, he just wasn't quite ready with his aim. just kind of whiffing just enough to give Yedajay the opportunity to do quite a bit of damage. Using that Fade utility now to check through A, but it comes up short. And there's 3 members of FUT here that are unaccounted for. Okay, but Jake's coming.
Making his way over. It's right here down in the sight. About to swing out, gets the headshot there onto CNED. Zeta now making his presence known. Zeta is completely unaware. The Prowler is a bit of a bait. The headshot does connect there onto Cracks, and Vanity with the Punky is able to take him down at range. Oxy will get the kill into Mr. Fallen. Damn near flawless as the bonus will be converted. Weapons can be upgraded. The Curry missing out on snatching up any, but 3-0 start for Cloud9.
Yo, the timing and the senses here from C9, are so good. Yeah, there's I don't know if I've I'm so impressed here with the way that C9 handles this round, because they use the Prowler to check into long A. It doesn't make any contact, and then the way that they account for not checking that angle is they send Jake over to check and be like, we're gonna watch short. We need you to cover long for us, as there's a fast B hit coming here for C9.
Trying to up the pace, but CNED on the entry. Walks up into that Nebula and gets taken down. Fragment to try to stop Jake from pushing forward, but Vanity right here in the sight. Does eat a full flash, but for now is gonna be safe. Prowler connects onto one. Jake playing perfectly off the back of that one. Catches out of Captain, but cracks! The double headshot. Can he get himself a third?
Oh my.
Yedajay joining the fight, drops down at a garage window. Works his way over in towards C. Spike still dropped in front of B. But somehow, and now with a recovered weapon, FUT in with the opportunity to turn the tides right here, right now.
You ever have those days where you start to wonder, is the Sheriff actually the best gun in the game? It's just crazy how good these players are with it. And
People in the head.
Yeah, it's easy. They'll should be able to get the plant down here on B if they so choose. Yeah, I'm going to check with the 0 point just to make sure there's nobody hiding in that corner. Yep. Here we go. I mean, it's all square in terms of guns. A little bit of damage, though.
Looks like Jake, decent sense of this one, is going to send up the Cosmic Divide. So continue pushing towards him. Slow as he is, the Crack's going to be falling instantly, but now Jake needs to ace clutch in order to take this one, but Yedajay says no. Denies it away from him. Bloody on both sides, 1 man left standing, but FUT, they get that 1 round win.
Man, Jake plays this round so darn well, but just can't quite come through with it. I mean, what a great Prowler there. I love the way that they're using these Prowler informations to set up Jake. I mean, of all people, set up the Astra to get some kills, but hey, if it works, it works. And just not quite able to get it done in the end. And with all that firepower. Now, speaking of firepower, we've got the Op and a Blade Storm for Oxy. Odin for Vanity? Yes, indeed.
Quick peek out the door.
Nice.
It's CNED, and he dips out. Run away. Curry, however, going to be taken down. Pressure being applied from both sides. Oh, popped here from Brax. He's going to hit the floor. Jake eating those aftershocks, ends up getting taken down. Vanity, he's got the Odin, but he's swiftly dealt with. Off from Oxy, finds a 3rd kill, dashes to the side. Couple blades going out. He taps it low, but the flash comes across. He's blind. Suddenly, it's all on Zeppa. He gets the 2 kills as well as the up recovery. What in the hell is this round? C9 scrape by with the win.
What is going on? I mean, it just is
back
fast and furious. Yeah, back to sunset. Here we go. That's I don't think the pace that FUT wants to play at. When it was a little bit slower, that was a little bit more in their favor. I mean, Oxy doing a great job with that op, and see how fired up he is after that round. And Zeppa's just laughing. He's just having a good time. He's been there, done that.
Careful, son. Don't want to pass out. You pop off too hard.
This is going to be a little bit tricky here.
Smoke
Get
dropped
out of
in.
my way.
2 Vandals at the ready here for FUT.
Got the blade.
Dash forward, CNED on sight.
No, they don't.
Swiftly dealt with. Oxy able to find him. Does he want a wide swing out? He should, and he does. Finds himself a 2nd kill for his troubles. Weapon recovered. I believe, yes. Mr. Fallen able to scoop that one up as Zeppa just holding here at the A link. Cleans up the kill. Curry hearing some footsteps. Judge in hand, just wants to hold the door. Haunt, or no, rather sees, lobbed in. Haunt at the ready. Saw Mr. Fallen there for a brief little moment, swings off the back of that. It's a reveal, gets a little bit of damage in, but cannot get the elimination that he was hoping for. Does he peek it, or does he just go for the plant? Here in fault line to try to stop any push, and Mr. Fallen just crossing, getting himself situated at back site.
30 seconds left.
Planting here, A-link side of B. Shorty at the ready in case anybody pushes into the smoke. Meanwhile, the B main approach coming through from Curry. He will get cut down, but Oxy able to play off the back of the damage, gets himself another 3K, and it's another round win. Cloud9 about to be up 5-1.
And even though it is a weak buy, still, you know, the Blade Storm, one of those tools that you're investing in this round to try to flip the script, not going to come through. CNED just shut down right away by Oxy with that op.
He's 11-3-2.
Yeah, he's really good with the operator. I mean, and, you know, think about the player on the other side of the coin, on the other Jet, who's also really good with that operator. He's currently kind of outshining him throughout this entire match. I mean, you think about, you know, one of the best Jets we've seen going up against this young gun, and he's out-dueling him.
Yeah. Now looking for the A-long setup. Fallen, sending the fault line. Jump back around the corner. Hunt comes in, reveals one. Updrafting, Prowler in, swinging for Mr. Fallen.
Ooh.
Finds Jake. Oxy only able to come away with one before getting taken out by Captain.
Great help from the rest of FUT there.
A huge trade up. See it on top of the box.
Ooh.
Catches Vanity completely unawares. Zeppa now
Player standing.
advancing his chances, but still can only find one. Now it's Curry all on his lonesome, and he's stuck on the opposite side of the map. And we'll just have to likely stay there.
Just love the way that FUT uses that utility against C9.
Spike planted.
You know, they get the spot with the Haunt, they follow up with the Prowler, it confirms CNED's still stuck in that corner. And when they go to peek, you know, yeah, sure, Oxy gets one with the op, but there's too many players there from FUT, and they make short work of C9's forces. So great reactions from them, good decision making in the heat of the moment from those FUT players. Yeah, well, now we wait.
Nothing more to be done. No one obviously willing to go on the hunt as the cash still needs to be built up on the side of FUT, but this round win will certainly help in that regard. 5-2, the scoreline to be as the players go ahead and make their exit from the A site and Spike gets ready to erupt. Curry not able to have an opportunity to participate in the round. All the action just so swift and so far away from him. The operator was recovered by FUT, and it's right there in the hands of CNED.
Well, now we get to see what CNED can do with it. Not quite enough money for Cloud9 to put together another operator for Oxy. Well, you probably could, but I guess they're not going to. And that's scary. Fault line, or excuse me, Rolling Thunder for Mr. Fallen. It's locked on as well for Yedijay. And you only have the Nightfall for Zeppa here.
Mark
Another
2.
fault line, Haunt catching out onto two. No destruction being found. Yedijay right up against the garage doors here. Nano into the back.
I don't think anything gets
pulling
cleared
away.
off that. Yeah, that's
No.
they're putting that to clear an alarm bot or a nano, something that could be in there. It's actually not going to find any value, so good change up of the utility here. Kind of, it looks to me like C9 was expecting maybe a C hit with all these placements of utility.
It's about to be a lot of pressure on
Yeah,
Oxy.
it's not going to be fun.
Rolling Thunder at the ready, sends it out. Oxy does get stunned, pushed down in towards Sewer. Unfortunately for him, no one is pushing in that direction, so he does manage to just play this out cautiously and quietly for the time being. Spike now being planted. C9, how do they approach this one? Their sights not actually being pointed this way. If he swings, he's gonna come up huge. Finds one, finds two. Oxy gets the timing, dashes forward, and they can't hear a damn thing. Oxy gets three. Spike never planted. Now dead. As Yedijay tries to push out of the smoke, it all comes tumbling down. FUT thought they had the execution, but they didn't account for Oxy.
Unbelievable. The way that he reacts to that rolling thunder is just brilliant, to go down in the sewers. Taking a bit of a gamble, but it's not, you know, usually a team might send a player, you know, maybe your smokes or your sentinel down into sewers there. They don't go for anything, and that means everybody's there for the nightfall. And like you said, no sound cues available, and all of a sudden people start dropping, and the comms are probably a bit of a mess, trying to react to the positioning of Oxy, and he is 15-4 right now in 8 rounds.
15-4 with the 2 assists.
2 kills around almost.
Well, tactical timeout called here by FUT, who desperately need to put their foot down. Stop this from getting away from them. And yeah, you see guys trying to concentrate, trying to come up with something, trying to get this information across to the other team. And I mean, that is a contrast of coaches.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like, yeah, it's fine.
Let's see what effect it can have as we get ready to come back into the next round here. Things might be a bit wishy-washy as far as the weapon situation is concerned here for FUT.
It's just, I mean, incredible the way that C9 is able to react to these things on the fly, and get the right people in the right places at the right times, and just enough patience to get that nightfall from Zeta into place, where it sets up Oxy for the big play. And I mean, Zeta's fade, you know, kind of wondered about it a little bit. Again, you know, with especially with an Astra and a fade, you think, okay, where's the raise? But the way that they're just crunching off of the utility, or kind of waiting for the right timing to strike off of it, has been really, really good. Waiting for FUT to kind of get these closer range positions where, you know, so much about Sova is controlling the spacing on the map, where C9's more playing it to sort of control the tempo of fights. And that's really worked out to their advantage so far.
I said it was going to be maybe a little bit weird, but I mean, CNED with an op, 2 rifles, 2 sheriffs. Heavy disparity between all of the members here on the side of FUT as far as the firepower that they wield.
That's very weird.
Recovering it.
And no op. I think they're expecting an op, and I think they're kind of putting some trust potentially into CNED. I think they're trying to suss out the location of Oxy.
He is playing completely differently.
Yeah.
Aftershock just to clear that turret. Captain relaying that he can hear it, but that doesn't mean that they know that this jet is going to be here. Drift across, get a J. Just around the corner. Oxy would have to drag that crosshair down in order to headshot him, but looks like he's not willing to go for the peek. Just playing this quietly while we have the 3-man approach over at A long. Where Vanity is now getting into position. Captain on the side, gets the headshot. Opens things up, and now that flank has to be respected.
Left.
Vanity's attention very much turned over there. Rolling Thunder gonna come crashing through. Does not affect this jet though. Zeta still managing to find one before getting picked off. Fault line into the corner, does stun him up.
Blocking vision.
Tapwalk trying to bait them in, but Captain again. Finding the headshot there with the Phantom. 2 players left. Get a J in sewer, turret up over the top. Another tap on the spike, just trying to bait out some of this spray. Curry lining his first kill, Vanity getting 1, but now has so much more work to do. Off shot not connecting, lines up the headshot, but cannot pull the trigger. Captain with 3 will help get FUT their 3rd round.
I mean, I think Oxy just getting a little bit antsy there. If he had just kind of kept holding on top of the box in B, I think he keeps FUT in a much more disadvantageous position than he does revealing his position when he dropped. He shoots intentionally there to try to bait, but he's not quite ready for the swing out from Captain, and Captain catches him with crosshair quite, you know, he wide swings and it's not quite where he wants it. And so Oxy's gonna fall to that, and I think that's a little bit of that impatience showing. But still, I mean, who cares? He's had a great, map, so
he's allowed to.
He's allowed those.
Yeah. And now he's got an operator looking to go toe-to-toe against CNED here. Curry just continues to try to hold the door. Ruined his pacifist run in the last round by getting a kill. Prior to that was just playing the assist killjoy. Pops the nano. Knows that he can eat a bit of his own damage. It's not going to be doing too much here. Just wants to stay glued into this corner. Jake now under quite a bit of pressure, however. Mobility is out. Curry finding one, but that C-side now broken open. Vanity sending out the fault line. Catches on two after shock. Not going to be getting too much of anything there as the updraft comes in. Oxy now flanks. CNED's watching for it. Perfectly poised. Gets the shot. And that should be Zeta and Vanity heading for the hills.
Out of charges.
Even recovering the op over at C-Long, far too risky. They have to just leave it on the ground.
CNED so aware, giving a little wag of the finger here to the young gun, saying, no, 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 no. You're not going to be able to get that flank and take me down. I've got this covered. Really heads up play here from FUT and CNED.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
Detected. Could be heaven, could be hell. Cracks wants to go for it now. They have a bit more of a bank behind them. Swings in. Zeta instantly shuts down that attempt. But a well-made one at that. 6-4. Cloud9 still out in the lead with 2 more rounds to be played here in the half. But FUT, with some momentum behind them and op still in CNED's hands, absolutely can close this gap and potentially tie us up 6-6.
Yeah, now you broke the bank going for that op again for Oxy, and it's going to cost you in this round here. As C9, I think someone might be thinking about timeout, potentially.
Seems like we may have one. As the clock comes to a halt, seems like now and Cloud9 wanting to pump the brakes a bit here, doing it a lot earlier than we saw from them in the last map. Let's see how they can secure these final 2 rounds.
Yeah, it is a few ults now. You've got the Cosmic Divide again for Jake. Curry again with a lockdown.
There's op loss as well as the Blade Storm. So
yeah,
both of those go away there from Oxy.
The Blade
This is kind of that moment where you'd love to have it because then you can offer up a weapon to Curry, who right now finds himself in a fairly awkward position. Might have to go for Guardian Light Armor, Bulldog, something along those lines.
Well, it's that, you know, that aggressiveness, that natural tendency of Oxy to play without fear that kind of costs you, where you think you're so good with the op that you can pop a Blade Storm, you're going to survive that round, you're going to hit this flank onto FUT. They're never going to see it coming. But CNED is just perfectly ready for it. Now you've cost your team, you know, a bye this round essentially, because you could have been the one that could have cut funds to drop a rifle to somebody else, and you guys would have been fine for a bye for this round. I mean, even then, though, going into the final round, you might be a little bit short if you can't win it, but that's okay. I mean, you gotta let the kid play.
Some there. Get a Jang. Getting slowed up, but out of captain with the punish. Vanity overstaying is welcome. Oxy, in the meantime, gets himself over in window. Alarm bot set up right there at A lobby. Sees gets lobbed in. Oxy trying to go on the flank.
They know. They know.
Ring around the Rosie, though, and yeah, the ping is coming down. Barrel seen, however, finds one. Dash now activated, but not enough time to react, as Zeta J will be able to strike him down. Jake working himself into window, and he needs this to be huge. Spots one, now they know. Stun, not connecting, but it doesn't matter because nor do Jake's bullets. Lockdown used to try to flush them away from the site, 8 seconds. Instead, they'll just get themselves tucked in over at long. The op trained on heaven window. Zeta tries to rotate over. Again, it is just Curry here at the moment with a Sheriff, and now he is full flash. Team not found. Default plant coming in. CNED, first shot, not hitting. Doesn't matter because Cracks will find both. 3 for him. That's FUT now pick up a 5th. One more to tie us at 6-6 in the half.
Yeah, I mean, FUT has had 3 rounds in a row of really, really solid stuff. Really now seems like they're starting to get a feel for this play. You know, Oxy keeps going for these lurks, and this time, even though they lose a player for it, the reaction is still quite good here instantly from Zeta J. And then Jake has the opportunity, and that's the one kind of fumble that really hurt C9 there that FUT kind of didn't account for, was Jake's counter lurk. Now, CNED's still going to be rocking the op. Nobody's willing to show their face over on a C long. I don't blame you. I wouldn't either.
I need a stop.
And yet that lockdown got invested by Curry, and got to kind of question that too. Only 2 players versus 4 left.
Shock and fragment just to make sure they can completely clear out Plat. See CNED swinging back around potentially into window. He's worried about a push out of A. Vanity stunned. Push coming in. The judge not going to be good. Out of captain. Gets himself a second elimination. Curry now gone. It's 3v5. The TP into the back of B site. The new target here. The alarm bot still is there. Will go off. CNED now turning his sights behind the team. Noxy, how do you even try to take this one? Goes across, does put a bullet into CNED, but not nearly enough to really dissuade him. Just take over that window position. Zeta now gonna fall. Jake dead. Out of captain on with 3. Cracks gets the final. A flawless round from FUT, who run it back 6-6 in the half.
Oh, just beautiful stuff here. Methodical, just dissecting FUT piece, or excuse me, dissecting C9 piece by piece is FUT. Man, oh man. And yeah, even though Oxy had a whale of a half, Ada Captain really stepping up in those last couple rounds, really reading the positioning of Vanity there, knowing that that judge likely to be lurking. And as good as Curry has been, bit of a rough start for him. Had a couple kills, but a couple fumbles in there as well.
And lots of struggles.
Yeah, right there.
On this defending side. It's not really able to hold down that C site.
Player standing.
What a run back here from FUT. When it was looking like C9 was once again going to be breaking away, going to be shutting them out of a map like we saw on Sunset. They are keeping this one competitive. And CNED now, with all the success that he has had on the attack with that operator, gets defensive sight lines.
Yeah, and this is what's so scary for C9 is, you know, how long can you keep FUT down, keep that economy, you know, in a bad place that you can keep that operator out of his hands. Do not want to give CNED the opportunity to start taking over games with it. We've seen how clean he is, how aware he is when he's got that gun in his hands. One of the legendary operators in VALORANT history. Now let's see how they want to approach this pistol round. A few more seconds to talk about it, a few more moments to think it over, but you know, the good news here for C9 is you came out to a strong start. You didn't come out slow on the map. You know, you're able to really set the tone early. Even though you kind of fell apart, if you could just right the ship here on this pistol, come out strong once again, keep Oxy fired up, keep him just a little bit reeled in. I think you've got a good chance here. If you can start kicking down doors for you, you never know. And this looks like it's going to be a full-on C hit.
Quick one getting ready to come through here. The push forward, stun, out, dash into the cloud burst. Decent damage here to Mr. Fallen. Aftershock to try to force him back the opposite way. Out of Captain Howard finds the first kill. Oxy going to be taken down. 7 HP here remaining on this Omen. Curry able to find that kill. Finds himself a second. Finds himself a third. Might have been a slow start in the first half, but now he is fired up. Still a decent amount of trade back and Zeta down to 14 HP. Spike still not planted. The swing in. Mr. Fallen taken out. The CNED with the Sheriff absolutely can do some damage. You can see shots going a little bit wide. Zeppa staying alive, and Vanity running the spike over towards the A site.
Right there.
Trying to fool CNED, but I think he heard or saw.
They need to get over here with him.
Yeah.
If Vanity goes down, looks like Jake should now be in a decent position. There's a creep forward, the creep back. Vanity just sliding down, tucked away in sewer. Reload. Not coming through here from CNED until now. Taps the spike. Let's see what he can get. The haunt revealing. Zeppa making his way up towards heaven. Fault line not connecting. Jake on the swing gets the headshot. Cloud9 get themselves another pistol.
And it's a good execute here from Cloud9 that doesn't really go their way initially. Oxy finds a great angle. They've got Mr. Fallen pinned behind Plat, behind the box as well there. They're going to use the flash to put him there and Aftershock as well, but he survives. And then Oxy can't win that duel against Mr. Fallen on the outside of C box. So all of a sudden, I thought for a moment that C9 wasn't going to be able to maybe get that execute to go, but then Curry happens, and he just absolutely kicks the door in for him. Just a battering ram. Sends FUT packing, and well, speaking of sending people packing, Vanity's actually going to get CNED with that ghost.
Yeah, curious. Not really moving out of position, really trying to push away. Thinks the stun coming through. Oxy will find cracks. The captain swinging out, forced once again into the open. Taken down as Vanity finds himself a second victim with the ghost. Hands the spike over to Curry as they look to try to fast track that lockdown. Push up into heaven. Yeta J just around the corner.
Turret out.
What does Mr. Fallen do? He could drop down with a shorty, trying to take somebody with him. That might just be as good as it gets. Okay, minor tap there onto Curry. Some damage here, and it seems like they are willing to play out of here to try to get these kills. They want to have that ult charge. Curry up close. We'll find one. Mr. Fallen will get his kill as well in the round. So no flawless found, but C9 once again start breaking away from FUT.
Well, I mean, you got the one. You got the shorty damage. You got the kill. Just love the step out here from Curry, like point blank. No scope with the Marshall. That's my kind of Valorant right there. Just get up close and personal with that Marshall and put that disgusting accuracy that it has from hip firing to good use. And now, I mean, you still got two Vandals. You got a Judge. You got a Marshall. I mean, things can happen here.
Yeah,
Or C9.
because of the kills that they found.
Yeah.
Haunt not spotting anything. Fault line not getting the catch. Flashing to the back of side as Oxy just dashing forward across the gravity well. The distraction comes in. Yeta J, however, does find Curry. A 1-for-1 thus far. Tip of the head found, but Oxy overstays his welcome as well. Ends up falling. Jake now trying to hold the angle. The spike still not brought forward. Looks like he suspects him in the corner, and he will be able to get him. Nice reaction, but do they decide to think better of this and try to rotate elsewhere? As Ada Captain going on the rotate, swinging around the back. Vanity watching for this. Now they know where he's at. Vanity's still the one holding on to the spike. Doesn't catch him. Not sure, but Mr. Fallen cleans up two. Jake finds CNED. 4 bullets remaining. Swaps over the weapons as they go sprinting all the way down C-Long.
Well, they've got the spike firmly under control there.
They have a bit of a stack, and this would be hard to mess up. Yeah, Mr. Fallen will be able to find himself a third. Now just 2 away from having that rolling thunder, and FUT close the gap once again. 1 round separating.
But some great damage done here, and some great play from Oxy and Curry.
Not a bad bonus.
Yeah, no, this is a solid bonus. I mean, to get through to that window, you know, with Oxy going through his own gravity well to kind of, I think, get underneath them unexpectedly is a really good idea. And even though it doesn't pan out probably as much as you would like, still Curry gets that first one. When he's traded, there's a good opportunity there for Oxy to take down Yeta J. He just goes for the wall spam and isn't able to find the shots himself before Yeta J is. So good ideas. Just the execution just a little bit lacking in terms of what you would like for C9, but regardless, it's still a fine round. You'll take it.
Or just going to be snatched up here. Vanity wanting to catch up, wanting to have that rolling thunder online for some of these attacks. For the time being, still just Yeta J by himself as Curry tries to hold the flank, takes a nasty bit of damage, pushes some back as well. Ada Captain and CNED both taken so very low. Mr. Fallen this time only able to find one. Zeppa cleans up 2. C-Site opened up, but they're still not advancing forward. This is giving time for the rotation from FUT, but seems like C9 have other ideas.
Well, this is smart stuff from Vanity, knowing that they were going to be quickly rotating over towards C off of those 2 kills. And now you're forcing FUT to spread the map into a 1-1-1. You're not going to be super sure of where they're coming from just yet. I'm not sure if CNED heard some of these footsteps. Well, he's about to, for sure. Now, definitely you're going to know, but you get this lockdown in. There you go.
Lockdown's in. Can still go over towards long, but it's being watched.
30 seconds
He
left.
could somehow win this trade against Jake. Woo. It would have been miraculous. It would have given them a very real hope on not finding the reveal. Here, stuck in hell. Oxy up over the top of the box. Able to find CNED.
Spike planted.
That's all on cracks. Full HP, but just too many people, too many angles to try to clear out. Oxy will be the finisher in the round as C9 once again winning out 9-7.
They're looking really good. You know, it's combinations of good decision making along with some good shooting in this round. Zeppa having a real nice spray down with that Vandal. Jake hitting his shots ADS and keeping Curry alive, even though Curry almost kind of whiffs it on the backside of A main here.
Oxy still fired up.
Yeah, man. He should be. He's having a whale of a map.
Oh my God, look at the spray. Mr. Fallen. At 43 HP. Double creep up here towards the window. He actually takes even more damage, now down to 5. But they managed to get 2 players in here.
Uh-oh.
Aftershock for the close angle.
Uh-oh.
Kennedy doesn't send it, so instead he gets punished. The one rifle that they had, Prowler sent to try to peel. Drop out of the window, Sun is in, get a J. Hugging around the smoke, and somehow they both get out with their lives. Unbelievable that no one drops there on the side of FUT.
Barely took any damage, did Yeta J.
The flash,
What?
Fallen just swinging in. Absolutely fearless with 5 HP, finds the kill. Meanwhile, he's backside, he has a rolling thunder, but now he's gonna get dropped. Zeta able to find the elimination. Flash in hand, Cracks taken down as Oxy pushes up into the smoke. Backside, Yeta J looking for something out of Captain, a sheriff of his own, putting it to good use now, a 2v2, and as Jake swings in around the corner, he will be able to find the enemy killjoy. Now it's just CNED with a Marshall. Can he get it done?
30 seconds left.
Pushes up,
remaining.
somehow nails the headshot.
Down, C.
CNED, what is that? Jake.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, he's sticking it. He pulls off, and it's just a body shot. But it's 15 seconds remaining, and he's got to go for it. Swinging in, CNED gets the clutch and keeps FUT in the game.
Unbelievable. That headshot and then the mind games from CNED. Jake just didn't know where to look, didn't know where to turn. Didn't feel comfortable to put that plant down. They had no idea where he was from the get-go. They had plenty of time to go for that plant. Never felt comfortable to do so. And then the first peek he takes, it's a headshot. Gets the body damage in, pulls around to the other side, finds the finish. And what looked like it was going to be C9 starting to maybe march toward victory. CNED is not having any of it. Now he's got the op.
Absolutely monstrous. And yeah, from a Marshall to an op. C9 pushing forward, getting themselves lined right outside of garage. Prowler in. No swarm, just to try to slow them up. Mr. Fallen waiting. Won't land at the ready. In case they come pushing through. A couple pings coming down here from C9 over on the B site. Alarm bot. I think actually might get pulled
You
out.
are divided.
No, Cosmic Divide going to be set up to try to guarantee them the plan. Prowler spots nothing. Oxy making his exit. Doesn't want to take any damage. This does allow for FUT to start flooding back in. The wall separating them here. Zeta watching to see if anyone's going to come across. Spike in their hands, getting ready to expire. There's that knife going across now. The Blade Storm not in play. Jake managing to find one. Just he and Curry remaining. Cracks the backside, low HP. The swinging Jake able to find him, and out of Captain gets the headshot. We are tied up 9-9.
I mean, C9's just frightened there to try to go for that plant. A nano even comes down on the default plant spot, but for some reason, Oxy never, he has the spike the whole time. I don't know if he just maybe forgot, but I doubt it. But he never goes for the plant. He starts wrapping around to the other side, and then the full forces here of FUT are just ready and waiting with open arms to shut this down. So I'm not exactly sure what happened. If Oxy was just worried about, you know, utility coming through and a timing coming through, but with that wall there, with that nano there, you got to make a go of getting it
He's
down.
pushing the smoke. He's going to get punished. Works his way all the way up through that nebula. Now the operator going to be on the ground. All of Cloud9 assembled here at long. Out of Captain.
Face your fear!
Making his way forward. Nightfall crashing across. Prowler, Gravwell, everything trying to slow him up, but no one's swinging the corner, so they actually don't get the punish. TP's away. It's creating a little bit of extra distance as Yeta J going on the flank. Alarm bot is there to alert. Cloud9 again getting slowed down. Maybe starting to second guess. Rolling Thunder at the ready, now being sent right before that 0 point connected. Dodge up from Cracks, didn't get dazed. Atacaptor just hiding in the back. Jake now going to be noted, spotted, taken down. Jake finding one, Zeta picking up the off, comes in with another. Atacaptor trying desperately to find more than one, but only gets Jake. And that's Cloud9 once again, keeping themselves barely in the lead, hitting double digits. Their heads above the water, but FUT are trying to drag them under.
Yeah, but you had to use both ults to get this done. You had to use the Nightfall and the Rolling Thunder, so 2 huge investments. Yeah, you get the win. Yeah, you get the op. Let's see if they can keep that going. I mean, like you said, I felt the same way, Achilles, with the lack of kind of confidence to start making these pushes. When they have some success early, they catch Atacaptor in that gravel. I don't know if there's other utility holding back.
Little delay on the shot. Oxy holding the angle, gets his revenge. Reverse positions, comes up with a shot. And surely Cracks and Mr. Fallen do not want to peek this. Even a jiggle would be an immense risk.
Now you just got to kind of...
Orb gets picked up. Cosmic Divide available once more here for Jake. A little bit of answering fire. Mr. Fallen going to be taking this into his own hands.
And it looks like they're going to rethink this C hit after that smoke. That gives enough time for FUT to position themselves around the extremities. And it's actually Mr. Fallen is going to go back behind Platt. Cracks coming in the other side. So over to A we go. Haunt to check.
Peeks it. Not enough time. It passed. Ends up paying the iron price. Mr. Fallen still situated here on site. We'll see if he can win out a duel. If he can take it, but now Atacaptor in the last bastion of hope here for this A-site defense. He ends up getting taken down. Rotation all the way around the back. Mr. Fallen going to be arriving here shortly, but now he's the last man standing with the operator. They can't afford another one, so now he just has to try and save it. And Cloud9, how hungry are they for the hunt? Vanity gives his life for the cause. Now he's getting encroached upon from multiple directions. Scopes in, does find Curry. Oxy, here on this seaside. Seems like no one else can realistically try to go for this one. They don't want to give him another Rolling Thunder.
But you'd love to get that op out of their hands. With the economic situation that FUT is in, you don't want to give CNET any more opportunities.
They're just inching.
I think it's worth the risk.
Oxy again getting close around the corner. It seems like they are in fact going to be playing for this one. Spotted. Savon finds it! And he gets pushed right in to Oxy's open arms. 3 kills for both of them. But another round win for Cloud9. 2 more to go, and they are punching their ticket into the grand final tomorrow.
I think Vanity was just showing how his hands were shaking. He's like, I was nervous, bro. I didn't think you guys were maybe going to get it. I mean, what a play here at the backside by Mr. Fallen, but Oxy is just, you know, as good as CNET is. Today, Oxy seems to be getting the best of him. Mr. Fallen with some great shots. Let's do some damage. At the end of the day, what was really much more important here for C9 is making sure that that op does not get back over into CNET's hands. Now, yes, CNET has the Blade Storm. There's the lockdown for Yeta J. So some tools to play with here for FUT to get themselves back within a round, potentially, of C9.
They're going to try off the back of this tactical timeout that FUT is going to be calling. They know that they are on the cusp. It had been such a smooth ride all the way up until this very series, dropping their first map in a very long time there on Sunset. But managed to take it all the way to this moment, to this third and final map. 2 rounds to tie, 4 to win.
I mean, just think about how much valuable experience Cloud9 is getting right now, regardless of the outcome of this map. You know, Oxy here going up against some of the best players in the world, some players that have played at international events time and again, some players that have literally won a VALORANT championship, and he's besting them.
Sure.
I mean, think about how, like, if I'm Cloud9,
While they have us up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's good things from both sides.
Yes.
You can take several silver linings out for either team, but just being able to cut their teeth even more with this roster. Looking competitive.
That's the biggest story of this match to me, is how good Oxy has been against really tough competition, and he's going to get more experience potentially if they can get through this map.
Zenit's coming up here unassisted, just clears out a little bit of util, but given the turret in that position, couldn't actually push any further to try to find kills. Oxy leading the charge here at C. Ada Captain around the corner. Paranoia at the ready.
What a setup.
Looking for the catch, and he will find him.
What a trap.
Oxy's hubris costing him his life.
They use the util as bait to set up for the Paranoia. Brilliant.
Just an incredible value catch. Vanity getting stunned up and now needs to try to protect his teammates who did. Zeta getting slowed up there for a brief little moment. The aftershock going to force them back over towards the B site.
Right there.
And they pile in the plant, getting ready to come down.
Uh-oh.
Lockdown at the ready here from Yeta, who's only able to find one of the backstab before Curry puts him down, but that interrupted the plant. Vanity now out of the fight, a 3v4. Still just a share of the Blade Storm there for CNED. Which can be ever so deadly. A couple shots sent his way, but Zeta gets the headshot wall bang. The knive's now gone. Curry finds cracks, and it's starting to slip out of their grasp. Clock comes in, the gun barrel seen. Ada Captain does manage to pick up another elimination here. HP bar's low as Jake's just down to 4 health. He's into the smoke, he's pushing out, he's overstepped, and Mr. Fallen finds 2! The defuse will give him the rolling thunder, and FUT will get up to 10.
What a round from FUT. Starting off with the trap play to take the op away from Oxy into the successful retake onto B site. Just absolutely insanely brilliant stuff here, and this is the price you're going to pay for pushing a team this deep, is they're going to have to dig a little bit into their own memory banks to come up with some plays to shut you down. FUT able to find it.
The economic value here.
There.
Yep.
The swing for FUT. 3 ults at the ready. Lockdown, Rolling Thunder. Both of them massive. Vanity's only halfway. Curry and Horb off.
there.
An operator for CNED. Huge.
Yet another one. They
Huge.
have to anticipate this. Try to play away from it as best as you possibly can. Alarm bot heard. Clear the garage. Take down that util. Looks like they're not going to back away. Oxy wanting to push forward. Rolling Thunder coming out. He does manage to find the headshot. Now he's just sitting on top of the Nano Swarm. 12 HP. Updrafts up over the top. The flash is there. Ada Captain dead. Oxy looking for a third. Can't quite make it happen. Mr. Fallen will finally be able to take him out of the fight. Rax gets Zeta. Fault line connects. Curry accidentally walking into this one, but he's within the smoke. They do not know that he is here necessarily. Lobs in the Nano Swarm, gets cleared out. Mr. Fallen keeping himself protected, finds the headshot. Good damage across onto Jake. Vanity trying to find something, and he manages to get 2. Spike in hand, they rotate away. CNED arrives on the C site.
Unbelievable. They're not going to give CNED another opportunity to 1v2 clutch on C site. He's going to have to do it somewhere else. Jake's going to try to hide, try to look for the rotating CNED. Oh, he might just get out of it.
Jake not ready. CNED is. He gets the kill. All the weapons that he could pick up, that he could swap for on the opposite side, but his teammates have to be telling him he is just 11 HP. A classic shot, a right click from range. And that could be it.
How much is a fault line going to matter here?
Not much at all.
Yeah.
Vanity needs to beat Johnny on the spot. He needs to hit the head. The tap. He hasn't necessarily believed it yet. There's the fault line. He hugs against the wall. Vanity hides again, just trying to buy time. He forces him off. The shot's not connecting. CNED tagged down to 71. He swings across. Vanity playing it to perfection! Gets the 3K, gets the clutch, gets Cloud9 up to 12!
What a play from the IGL. So smart, so patient. Fault line, maybe buys him a little extra time, maybe an extra second here, but it's the patience, it's the movement. It's not giving CNED the opportunity to find any damage with that classic. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Just cold-blooded cold-blooded from Vanity.
And now one more try from FUT
out of my way.
to keep themselves in this game, in this tournament, in contention for that grand final spot tomorrow. Lockdown going to be used. Curry dumping it right out in front of B. Waiting patiently, trying to shove them back. Aftershock. Try and delay. Oxy going to make his way forward. Nebula's on either side. Plant comes in. Vanity now rolling Thunder online, manages to exit. No flanks coming through from behind. They're completely covered. The lockdown in. Quite far forward is Oxen, and he will get taken out. Zeppa now pulling back. Can they defend this one? First the fault line. The Aftershock at the ready, but looks like Rolling Thunder likely going to be coming out first and foremost, just waiting for the tap. They send this one through. Spam across. Vanity going to be taken low. Zeppa managing to find one. Going to taken down. Zeppa out in front. CNET, however, finding Curry. 2 members left. Zeppa and Jake. Now just Jake trying to get it, and he gets it done. What a transfer! The 3K to take them over the finish line, 13-10. Cloud9.